Welcome into the Saunders County Online pregame show here on this Friday afternoon. Austin McNorton joined by head coach of your Wahoo Warriors, undefeated, the number one seed in Class C1, one game away from Lincoln, Nebraska, hosting the Red Raiders of Sidney. And Coach, let's start right there before we go into what happened last week. Is there any challenges with saying, all right, 3:30, that's the kickoff time?
It's not the norm. So, at first you kind of maybe have some reservations because it's, 3:30 and not 7 o'clock. It's something different. But here's the deal. You get to this part of the year, you're just happy you're still playing. So whatever time they want to schedule this game, we're going to play. Whatever weather they bring, whatever it is, we're happy to be playing still. And we're going to do our best with whatever the conditions and time we're playing. 10 years ago, I'd probably be a little uptight about it. Now it's just like, yeah, whatever. If we happen to win this one, guess what? The next one's at 10:45 in the morning, which is not a time that we've ever played. So we'll figure it out, and our kids will be ready to go.
So, Coach, let's go back to last week, a 12-7 win against the 8 seed of Broken Bow. That game, we said it multiple times on the broadcast, just felt like a slugfest. Was it like that for y'all too?
Yeah, it was. It was football in a phone booth, because they were wanting to play downhill run and in between the tackles, and it was a challenge. We knew it would be tough. We knew how Broken Bow's style of play was very contrasting to what our style of play is, and they were wanting to hog the ball kind of on offense and just consume clock with their 3-yard gains, 4-yard gains. I don't think they had a gain longer than 14 yards, on the ground. So, that's just the style of play they had. We knew it would be frustrating for us a little bit, but at this point, we told the kids when we started the playoffs, there's check your egos at the door, one, but two, their only statistic that really matters is the final score, and that would be exactly the case last Friday night. We maybe didn't play our best on offense, but we found a way to win, and that's the most important thing.
We're talking to your Wahoo Warrior head coach, Chad Fox, here with us on the Saunders County Online pregame show. Wahoo hosting Sidney here in this Class C1 football semifinal. And, Coach, we talked about it as well. That what seemed like the most adversity that your team has faced this season against a talented Broken Bow team. How much does that help moving forward to say it's just not easy? You can't just walk in and get a win.
Right. Yeah, it is very much. It was a good test for us, for sure. The last game that was kind of similar to that maybe would have been the Ashland game, where it was, a tight game. We were behind, and then we came back and ended up getting up at the very end and taking the lead. That there were some stressful components to that, and some good adversity that we had to face there. But this was different. We were up 12-0. It felt like we were in the driver's seat. They score, then all of a sudden we get a turnover. We fumble the ball, and they got the ball in the short field. But our kids figured out a way to win, and that's the most important thing. Is sometimes the situations that you have and all of that is not ideal. So you got to just find a way to win, and then our kids did that. We got to turn over back our way, and then we figured out how to move the sticks a little bit to kill the clock and get out of the game. And again, that adversity will just make us a better team in the long run. It's one of those things I don't, in my age anyway, I don't need stressful games like that. I told my wife when I got home, I don't think I need my heart checked because I made it through that one. So those are definitely stressful games.
And, Coach, what did you say to your defense after they just give up a touchdown and then, boom, they're just right back on the field, deep in their own territory? What did you say to them to hold on and get a stop to get the win?
Yeah. Here's the deal. We talked to our team the entire year about, the biggest thing we can teach these kids to do is how to respond. When bad things happen, in this instance, it's a fumble or maybe it's a penalty or whatever. How do you respond to that? Because how you respond to it is going to indicate how successful you're going to be. And we feel that's a huge life lesson that we can teach these kids, and it just gets played out in the game of football in a lot of different ways. And our kids knew at that point, we got to find a way to respond. And we did, and those are things that you don't want to get. When something bad happens, you don't want to put your head down and have bad body language and start pouting and things like that, because guess what? Something bad's going to happen again. So, we teach our kids we talk about it all the time. The response to a bad situation is really the most important thing we can teach these kids.
Once again, you're tuned in to the Saunders County Online pregame show. Austin McNorton here talking to Wahoo Warrior head coach Chad Fox as Wahoo hosts a Red Raider team from Sidney, Nebraska, one game away from the state championship. And Coach, when looking at this Sidney team, what are some things that immediately stand out to you in your program?
You know, the first thing is they're fast. I mean, they've got a lot of speed on the field, offensively and defensively. So we've got to make sure that we are taking good pursuit angles. We got to make sure that we're doing things the right way. We got to get a lot of guys to the football when we're on defense. They're gonna want to play in space a lot more than what we saw last week. But they've got a lot of speed, so we've got to contend with that. That's probably the biggest thing that jumps right out at you. Is they got a good quarterback that can run it. They got a running back that's fast. They got a couple of receivers that are fast. So we've got to make sure that our assignments are good and solid. We know what we're doing, and then we got to make sure we're getting to the football quickly, so we don't give up any creases or seams. And we want to try to minimize those big plays that they live on, and they have all year long.
And Coach, last week against Broken Bow, offense struggled a little bit against that really talented defense that Broken Bow had. How do you try and get offensive confidence back in a game like this where you just saw a Sidney team put up 40 points against a really good defensive Pierce team?
Yeah. The thing is, offensively, we didn't play as well as we'd hoped. And I think if we would have scored on one of those drives in the third quarter that we didn't score on, then we probably are talking a lot differently about that game, because then we were up by 3 scores, and if the fumble happens at the end or whatever, not everybody's as nervous as we were when that all happened. And so we are not that far away from being where we wanted to be offensively. Now, Bo did a great job of taking away our run game, a point of attack. We didn't block as well, point of attack, as what we had hoped. We should have made a couple of schematic changes there that we didn't as coaches. So we looked back and reflected that, hey, these are the things we're going to do differently. And I think we got a good game plan going into this week with Sidney. We've got enough players on offense that we can get them the ball and we can make things work and keep the offense on the field. And it's not like I don't think anybody's confidence is shook. I don't think anything like that has happened. It's just when you get into the playoffs, you're going to play tough opponents, and you're going to have to find creative ways to win. And that's a credit to the team. We found a way to win. We hadn't had to win that way yet, and we found a way to do it. So we're going to be better on offense this week, and hopefully things unfold in a similar fashion where we get a lead and we can kind of control the game, and if we can get that to happen, I think we're going to feel pretty good about things.
And Coach, final question for you. How exciting is it to get to play in front of these home fans one final time before potentially heading to a state title?
Yeah, this is awesome. I mean, getting to play in front of your home fans. It's a 3:30 game, which is a little different, but it's still going to be a special thing. And here's the most important thing: it's a heck of a lot better than being in a bus for 6 hours to go to the game. So, that's the part that it's been a real. We talked about it last week. A real luxury of having all these games at home down the stretch, because you don't have to worry about travel. You don't have to worry about how you're feeding the kids. You don't have to worry about any of those things. So we know we can just focus on the game. It's going to be a great atmosphere. I think I think Sidney's going to bring a lot of people because they're super excited. They haven't been in the semis for a long time, and maybe this is the second time in school history or something to that effect. But it'll be a big game. It'll definitely be a big game. We all know that there's high stakes with this one, with the chance to get to go to the Memorial Stadium and play for a championship. So, our kids are excited. They love playing in front of our fans and our student section. And again, having the familiarity of all of that is just an added bonus.
Coach, should be a lot of fun this afternoon. We're looking forward to it, and we'll talk to you after the game. Good luck, my friend.
All right. I appreciate it. Thanks.
Welcome into the Saunders County Online pregame show here on this Friday afternoon. And welcome to Wahoo, Nebraska here on this Friday afternoon. And thanks for joining us here on Saunders County Online. No video today, but thanks to everyone for tuning in to this audio broadcast. Austin McNorton joined alongside John Herrera, Kelly Johnson, running all the commercials, all the interviews, everything you see, making John and I sound good as we are about 3 minutes away from kickoff. between this Class C1 semifinal. Your number 1 undefeated Wahoo Warriors host the 10-1 4-seeded Red Raiders of Sidney. A lot of great games between these teams all throughout the season. A lot more history for Wahoo when it comes to postseason success, including a state title. Sidney, on the other hand, this is the furthest that they have been in 30 years for this Red Raider program. And John, we can talk about all the numbers and all the stats and all the history and all the records, but talk about this environment first of all.
Oh, this is a great environment, Austin. I mean, it feels like a championship environment. Sidney brought half their town here. The stadium's been full with the Sidney side for about an hour and a half already. It's a packed house. Everybody's geeked up. It's championship level football, and there's 2 games going on in C1 right now, and how much better can you get than that? And we're at home. It's a beautiful afternoon. The weather should not be a factor for anybody. It should be just pure football, and I'm ready for some rock'em sock'em playoff football.
So at this point in time, we'll be playing first, and then the Ashland Greenwood versus
Boone
Central. That plays this evening.
Yeah.
So it's going to be a fun opportunity for us to be able to play, get this, figure out what's happening, and then watch that game, because that's going to determine could it be a Saunders County battle at state championship.
Absolutely.
It very well could be. Ashland Greenwood, that's the 3 seed tonight at Boone Central. That's a 7 o'clock game. Here we are at 3:30. So here we go. Sun shining here on a Friday afternoon. Sidney wins the coin toss. They elect to defer to the second half, so they will be kicking off as Sidney comes out in their road white uniforms, red numbers, black pants, and black helmets. Wahoo today in their home blue jerseys with white pants, white numbers, and gold trim with blue helmets. Wahoo will be going left to right on your radio dial. Sidney right to left. 12 minutes up on the clock here in quarter number 1. And this Class C1 semifinal is underway. A kick goes down the center of the field, caught by Kip Brigham at his own 15. He takes it down the far sideline, cuts upfield.
There we go.
Big hole for Kip Brigham, 45, and he slides out of bounds near the 50. A great start for the Wahoo Warriors as Kip Brigham takes it to his own 48-yard line, first down Wahoo.
Great start. I mean, special teams is going to be huge tonight. They've got some really talented kids in the backfield. We got some talented kids on the back end. Everybody's got to be on their game tonight.
Really, I was noticing this whole season that special teams is really what has shown up for Wahoo.
It is. It's a secret weapon for us.
So here comes sophomore quarterback Jace Kaminsky in the backfield. Noah Bordowski stands to his right on the Wahoo's own 47-yard line left hash. Noah gets the handoff off to the left side. Good hole for Noah Bordowski, who takes it into Red Raider territory up to the Sidney 47-yard line for a gain of 6 on first down. Now, John, we didn't get to see Noah do a whole lot last week against Broken Bow's electric defense, but already having an impact.
Yeah, he had a bit of an ankle injury in that bow game, but he's healed up well, and he's ready to go.
A gain of 7 officially for Noah, and he moves to the right of Kaminsky in the gun. 2nd and 3 Wahoo on the Sidney 46-yard line. Kaminsky gets the snap, rolls to his right, has all the time in the world to throw, and does. Caught on the near sideline and stepping out of bounds just inside of the 25-yard line for Wahoo was Josh Edmonds, who had a big game against Broken Bow, had both of the Warrior touchdowns, and already a good start for him in this game.
Yeah, easy throw and catch. I mean, he just rolled out to his right. He had options. He had time. The guys gave him time.
Kaminsky, that's completion number 81 for him this year. Now over 1,340 yards. 1st and 10 Warriors on the Sidney 22-yard line right hash. Kaminsky on the backfield, hands it off to Noah. It's a double handoff to Caden Smart, and he'll fall forward to the Sidney 18-yard line for a gain of first down. I actually followed it that time, John.
Yeah,
that's not easy to do.
That was tough. And you know what? We had one missed block on a middle backer there. Otherwise, that would have been a big play.
It usually is for Caden Smart, who now has 29 carries this season for 259 yards and 4 touchdowns. 2nd and 6 Wahoo on the Sidney 18-yard line. 10:46 to go here, first quarter. Wahoo in the red zone on the first drive of the game. Kaminsky in the backfield. Noah stands to his left. Jace looking to throw out to the flat. It's caught, diving towards the ground. Making the catch nicely was Caden Christian just outside of the 10-yard line. He'll be a yard, maybe a half yard shy of a first down. tough catch for Caden Christensen.
That is, and it looks like they're kind of, I don't know if they're running off the script or if they're just looking at coverage, kind of checking formation, seeing how the coverages are and seeing how tight those corners are going to play.
And they did give Wahoo the first down. Caden, they said he was right down at the first down marker, so it's 1st and 10 Wahoo on the Sidney 12-yard line. 10:15 to go first quarter. Kaminsky in the backfield. Bordowski stands to the left. In the gun, ball on the right hash. Perfect day here in Wahoo. Bordowski gets the handoff up the middle, breaks through 1-2 tackles, and falls forward inside of the Sidney 10 to about the 6. He got half of the first down distance needed, and Noah Bordowski having a good job running in between the tackles early.
He is. It's a good. So far, we're churning out some good yardage. We're getting those chunk plays, kind of akin to the way the Broken Bow game went last week. You want those 3 to 4 yard gains consistently.
It's 2nd and 4 Wahoo. Ball on the Sidney 6-yard line. 9:40 to go first quarter. Opening drive of this Class C1 semifinal. Kaminsky now empty in the backfield with trips out to the far side. Now Bordowski will come back to Jace in the backfield, standing to his left. Jace raises his leg, and since Caden Smart across the formation now, Jace takes the snap, throws it out to the flat. Wide open is Josh Edmonds. Down the far sideline. He walks into the end zone. Untouched. Touchdown, Warriors, and what an opening drive for Wahoo.
Just efficient, Austin. Just efficient plays, and they were playing off quite a bit on the corner over there, and it's just a pitch and catch. And I think that's something Jace just recognized out there because he called Noah in to kind of maybe pull away another defender, and he just saw they were playing off, so he just chucked it out there.
Josh Edmonds with a reception number 11, now with 183 yards to his season and 5 touchdowns. This one's up through the air, and it is good.
What do you say? We got a point.
Josh Edmonds scores touchdown number 4, and the Warriors take the opening drive to the house. A 52-yard touchdown drive capped off by a 6-yard touchdown pass. 9:18 to go, quarter number 1. It's Wahoo 7, Sidney 0. You're tuned into Warrior Football on Saunders County Online.
At Medicine Man Pharmacy, we aspire to be the pharmacy provider confidently chosen by our clients for their families' everyday health needs because of our expertise, integrity, and honestly, consistently exceeding their expectations. Reliability, bright spot, value, integrity, community building, and so much more can be found at Medicine Man Pharmacy of Wahoo.
Stop at First Bank of Nebraska to get our new Wahoo Warrior branded debit card. Every transaction gives back to Wahoo Public Schools. All you need is a First Bank of Nebraska checking account and ask for the Warrior card. For more information, go to firstbankne.com. First Bank of Nebraska, serving our communities, investing in you. Member FDIC and equal housing lender.
And welcome back to Wahoo, Nebraska here on Saunders County Online and Wahoo Public YouTube. Austin McNorton, John Herrera, Kelly Johnson here with you on a sunny Friday afternoon as Wahoo takes the opening drive of this Class 1 semifinal into the end zone. A 52-yard touchdown drive. And now Sidney with the kickoff return to the near side. A flag is thrown on the return as Sidney takes it up to their own 20-yard line. 9:10 to go first quarter. It's Wahoo 7, Sidney 0. And John, we kind of talked a little bit off air. This seems like the side of the football that will decide this football game. A Red Raider offense who averages 35 points per game, has so much speed with their quarterback, Isaac Doty, versus this Warrior defense who has only given up 5 points per game all year. This is going to be the matchup we're going to want to watch.
Yeah, it's kind of the old immovable object, irresistible force thing. It's like, who's going to give? I mean, I feel we got advantage defense because our front is nasty and our linebackers just run to the ball, and we're pretty good side to side, which is their specialty.
Yep.
But you got to bottle up that Doty kid, or he's going to pull it and go straight up the field on that outside zone and zone read.
So it is a penalty against Sidney, so they will back up to their own 9-yard line is where the Red Raiders will start out their opening drive with 9:10 to go in the first quarter, trailing 7-0 in between the hashes. Here's Doty in the backfield, and he tried to keep it and slid down. He slipped on the Warrior grass, a loss of about 7, or no, not 7, about 5, back to his own 5-yard line, and not the start for the superstar quarterback, Isaac Doty.
It's probably getting used to the turf, getting used to a different field, and the field's a little bumpy out there, and, it's just part of the game, but eventually they'll take hold, and our defense is going to have to keep them under their keys.
Doty has 191 carries this season for 1,521 yards, and now he'll throw to the far sideline. It's juggled and caught on the far sideline. What a heck of an effort over there. Making the catch is the other Doty, Alec, making reception number 8 And he had to fight for that one.
Yeah, I mean, the coverage was really pretty decent. He just laid it in there in a perfect spot. And those kids are fast. They're part of their 4x1 track team, so they can move. It's going to be key to keep them in front of our defensive backs.
A big play for Sidney to get out of the shadow of their own end zone. They have it now 1st and 10 on their own 36-yard line right hash. 8:11 to go here in the first quarter. Wahoo leads 7-0. Handed off to the right side to the tailback, and he falls forward as the pile moves forward for a couple of yards that time as Luke Hawley has his first carry. He also came into today, 191 carries, 1,326 yards, and 15 touchdowns.
Yeah,
these two are electric.
They are multiple. Yeah, I mean the quarterbacks. He's got about 50-50 on his pass and run. I mean they've got a real dynamic offense, which keeps you better stay balanced.
A gain of 2 officially. 2nd and 8. Doty in the backfield takes the snap. He'll keep it himself here to the near side. Running out of room to the sideline. He'll be brought down for a loss. Great pursuit here on the near sideline by Josh Edmonds. A loss of about 5 that time. Back to his own 34-yard line. It's 3rd and very long for Sidney as the clock stops at 7:31 to go.
Yeah, big play stringing that out. As long as you can string it out and your coverage downfield's decent, you don't let him turn that corner, because if that kid gets up ahead of steam, he's going to be tough to catch.
Doty has 2 carries today for a loss of 7 yards now. It's 3rd and 11 for Sidney with the ball on their own 35-yard line left hash. 2 wide receivers to either side. Holly stands to the right of Doty in the backfield. Isaac takes the snap. A 5-step drop. Now running out of time. Avoids the sack. Still rolling to his right. Throwing across the middle. It is up in the air and dropped.
Or is that a fumble? Did they rule that a catch and a fumble? Or
they say it's an incomplete pass.
Wow.
As it was in and out of the hands
Yeah.
of the tight end Luke Ollier. Boy, that one nearly was caught and then nearly picked. It was just fought for, and Sidney will have to punt on their first drive of the game. Great coverage
that was
again
wild.
downfield.
Yeah, that was good coverage. It looked like it was kind of a bang-bang play. It was hard to tell if one of those plays where you catch it, do you make a football move, and the ball comes out right away. Good hit by one of our safeties over there.
It's like Josh Edmonds and Avery Weeding were the closest Warriors to it. 7:20 to go, 4th and 11. High snap. A line drive kick will bounce at the Warrior 34 and roll all the way to the Warrior 31. And that's where Wahoo will start out their second drive of this first quarter. 7:11 to go.
Got a flag.
And a flag thrown as well. 7:11 to go first quarter. It's Wahoo 7, Sidney 0. And as of right now, it's 1st and 10 Wahoo on their own 32. And the White Hat will go over to the Warriors sideline to talk to head coach Fox about maybe how he wants to attack this penalty. Maybe if he wants a re-kick. I think that's what he's going to elect to do.
Give our guys back there a chance to make a play.
Kip Brigham, he's been so great back there. Caden Smart has a couple of punt returns this year for touchdowns.
It's pretty dangerous when even your up backs are speedy guys. I mean,
right.
You've got Josh Edmonds and Avery Weeding. If they don't recover it, if it's short, anybody that picks that ball up is real dangerous.
They actually said it was a delay of game.
Oh, wow.
So the play probably shouldn't have even happened.
That's a lot. That's a big change in field position right
so
there.
now it's 4th and 21, and now he nearly got the punt blocked, and now we'll just kick it off the side of his foot, and it will roll to the Sidney 49-yard line.
Great decision by Coach Fox.
Boy, that was an incredible effort. It is the quarterback, Isaac Doty, doing the punts for this Red Raider team. He nearly got it blocked because of a bad snap. He just stepped to his left to avoid the block and then kicked it off the side of his foot. And what a great field position here for Wahoo in Sidney territory to start the drive.
That's a 20-yard jump, Austin.
Kaminsky in the backfield. Avery Weeding goes across the formation. Jace will keep it himself off to the left on the option play that he looked like Avery Weeding wasn't ready for. And Jace falls forward for a gain of a half a yard. 6:50 to go here first quarter. It's Wahoo 7, Sidney 0. 2nd and 9 for Wahoo on the Sidney 48-yard line. And that's the shortest play today that Wahoo's had.
Yeah, it looked like kind of a miscommunication on whether that was supposed to be an option pitch or just a keeper by Jace, but and his footing went down a little bit over there on the hash by the Warriors.
Ball on that left hash. Bunch formation here for the Warriors breaking the huddle, and now they'll kind of spread out with Caden Smart going to the right side along with Noah Bordowski in the backfield. Jason waits for the snap. Now Caden will go to the left side of the offensive line. Noah will get the handoff, following Caden Smart forward. He makes one guy miss and takes it to about the Sidney 43-yard line. He'll be about 4 yards shy of the first down. But Caden Smart, he's so great. 7 receptions, 29 carries this season. But gosh, is he a good blocker.
He really is an under-the-radar guy because when you watch film, he's not the biggest kid out there, but he's tough as nails. A state wrestler-type kid. He's a super coachable kid, and he runs through the wall every down. So he's the guy that flies under the radar as far as the glamour goes. But one of those double handoffs, you'll get to know him real quick.
3rd and 4 for Wahoo. Ball on the Sidney 43.5-yard line. Bordowski stands to the left of Kaminsky in the backfield. Jace takes the snap. Noah gets the handoff off to the right side. He breaks out of a tackle and gets close to the first down marker. He took it to about the Sidney 41. I think he's going to be about 1.5 yards short. And now it's an interesting decision for Chad Fox with 5:15 to go in the first quarter, leading 7-0. It's 4th and 2 on the Sidney 41. Do you pin the Red Raiders deep here, or do you say, let's go power?
Well, going off of last week, it looks like we're going to come out, we're going to go right at them and try to make this first down.
This is normally where you see the Warriors kind of run the Wildcat formation with Noah Bordowski in the backfield. And it looks like Wahoo's going to take their time and maybe call a timeout. They'll have to hurry if not. 4:45, they just now break the huddle. And there it is, Bordowski in that Wildcat formation on 4th and 2 from the Sidney 41. Noah gets the snap off to the right side, fights forward. It'll be close. They spotted it at the 39, which should be good enough for a first down.
That's real
They might
close.
have to measure this. Yeah, they're going to stop the clock to measure it. Oh, man, it is right on the sticks. The clock stops with 4:35 to go here in the first quarter. Oh, man, it is really close. The nose of the football is basically on the 40. Not the right nose you wanted either.
Yeah, it might be about a football's length off right there if the first down marker is to get to the 39. I think we're going to be maybe a length of a football short, but we'll see when they bring the sticks out.
And they got to bring the sticks all the way across the field, and so that's what they're making sure happens efficiently here. Wahoo 7. This is kind of a big play here for both teams. Sidney could get the ball back in great field position. Wahoo would want to keep the drive alive and, importantly, keep the clock churning here in this Class C1 semifinal. Boy, it is going to be close. And it is, wow, by a full yard.
Yeah.
What an interesting spot. I thought it was a lot closer than that.
Yeah,
a full yard, it was short.
Yeah, it sure looked closer, but Coach Fox is going for that momentum play. I mean, you want to keep your foot on the gas and be aggressive, and and he doesn't have to worry about. I don't know if my defense can stop somebody because their defense has been solid all season. He's willing to turn the keys over and let the defense play.
So Wahoo, that's one of the few times all season that Wildcat formation hasn't worked for the Warriors. It's now 1st and 10 for Sidney with the ball on their own 40. Handoff up the middle. Doty kept it and tried to bounce it outside and got nowhere. Back to the line of scrimmage, that's it. And the Warriors so far, it's a lot easier said than done, are keeping Doty contained.
Yeah, they've done a good job of setting the edge right there. He wants to hit that sideline. And when you cut up field and you cut up field and you got a plant, all of a sudden you got a lot more guys on the inside of the defense flowing.
They give Doty a full yard on that run. Kind of an interesting spot again here by this near sideline judge. 4:02 to go here in the first quarter. It's Wahoo 7, Sidney 0. 2nd and 9 Red Raiders. Ball on their own 41-yard line left hash. Doty in the backfield, fakes the handoff, rolls to the right, and a whistle before the snap.
False start.
Flag on the far sideline. It's a false start against the Red Raiders, and they'll move backwards 5 yards. So a couple of penalties here for Sidney early in this first quarter.
You never know. You get to a game like this, there's going to be jitters. There's going to be, hey, this is the first time I've ever done this, and an advantage Wahoo for being the road to the finals because of the travel. There's some road. Some strain from
fatigue,
traveling.
Yeah,
they stayed in a hotel last night, but still, you're sitting around all day. There's some scheduling things that you got to get used to.
Chad Fox mentioned that in his pregame interview about how much of an advantage that is. Clock runs, 3:34 to go first quarter. It's now 2nd and 14 Red Raiders with the ball on their own 36-yard line left hash. Doty in the backfield under pressure.
Come on, Harry.
He'll just have to throw it away as no one near the football. That's what the Warrior fans are asking for. as Doty was literally just retreating backwards, kind of like a basketball player running backwards after making a layup, trying to avoid the sack coming from Harrison Krieger, and it's 3rd and long again for the Red Raiders.
Yeah, another good job pinning him in, because if that kid wants to take off and run, he's going to, and we must have, kept everybody in front of him. The pass rush lanes for those D-line is so huge tonight. Those interior guys got to keep that kid in front of them. They can't just go running upfield like crazy.
3:23 to go here first quarter. Wahoo 7, Sidney 0. 3rd and 14, Red Raiders on their own 36. Doty drops back, throws to the far sideline, has a man wide open, but missed his target. Landon Riddle, the best wide receiver arguably in the state, came into today with 35 receptions, 643 yards, and 7 touchdowns, and there was nobody near him, but Doty missed him, incomplete, and a 3 and out for the Red Raiders.
That was an easy first down if that ball's on target. Maybe there's a miscommunication with the route. You never know footwork, breaking out of a
It looked like Doty threw it to the sideline while Riddle was taking it back towards the middle of the field. Once again, Sidney will have to punt. Doty gets it away, kind of a loft punt this time. It takes a Warrior bounce and will roll to the Wahoo 42-yard line. So the Warrior defense so far winning the side of the football we were most intrigued by coming into this afternoon. And with 3:08 to go in the first quarter, Wahoo leads 7-0 and have the football back. Now, how do you try and get some momentum after turning it over on downs your last drive?
Yeah, I think you keep churning it out. You try to keep working that running game. And, the throwing was there. I mean, the receivers were wide open. They're playing off coverage, and maybe they're a little worried about our speed. But the key here now is get a good, efficient drive together.
Kaminsky stands in the backfield. Avery Weeding goes in formation. Jace will throw it out to Noah Bordowski. Avery will block for him. Noah has a big hole, 10 yards, 15 yards as he's dragging Red Raiders down the sideline all the way to the Sidney 42-yard line for a Wahoo Warrior first down.
Beautiful play design. Motion across the formation, which puts the receiver or the motion guy as a running blocker, full steam. They get perfect throw out to Noah, and he's just full head of steam with a full blocker.
That is Bordowski's 5th catch of the year. So there's something we don't see very often. 2:45 to go first quarter. It's 1st and 10 Wahoo on the Sidney 42-yard line. Kaminsky rolling to his right, looking to throw again. Now gets to the sideline and will be hit out of bounds at the Sidney 39-yard line after, honestly, a pretty impressive gain. That's a 6-yard gain there.
Take that all day.
That really, you didn't seem like it was, but then when you spot the football, you're like, well, shoot, he'll take 6 yards.
That's
every
what's
play.
great. Jason, it looks like he's just jogging out
there.
Yeah,
really.
He's keying the defense. If he finds an open receiver, it's a first down. If not, we'll take 5 or 6 all day, man.
A gain of 5 yards for Jace Kaminsky on his 60th carry this season. Now has 204 yards to his total. 2:37 to go first quarter. It's 2nd and 5 Wahoo on the Sidney 37. Ball up the middle and tackled immediately at the line of scrimmage was Kip Brigham, who has kind of struggled in this postseason as he was brought down by Kean Kaiser, his 63rd tackle this season.
Yep, that's that same middle backer. Earlier in the game, we had a miscue where either our tackle or our guard, somebody going down to that second level, missed that kid, and he just filled well and stuck us at the line of scrimmage. Otherwise, you got a successful play.
Kip Brigham has been so good all year. 58 carries, 357 yards, and 6 touchdowns. But in the postseason, he's kind of been bottled up by opponents. We're under 2 minutes to go here in the first quarter. 3rd and 5 for Wahoo on the Sidney 37-yard line. Kaminsky empty in the gun. Kip Brigham across the formation. Jace rolls to his right, looking to throw. Had a guy wide open. Avery Weeding would have had a touchdown. Instead, Kaminsky tries to throw it out to the flat to Caden Smart. Incomplete. And Wahoo looks like they might be bringing out the punt unit.
Yep. I think we had an opportunity there. I think now we pin them deep and we work on that field position.
Jace rolled out to his right and tried to hit Caden Smart across the middle, which brought the safety down, and Avery Weeding was standing at the Sidney 20 with nobody within 10 yards of him. Jace just didn't see him. It's 4th and 5 for Wahoo, and the Warriors will punt. Good punt. It will bounce into the end zone. So the Warriors can't pin the Red Raiders back as deep as they would have liked, and with 1:40 to go here in the first quarter, it's Wahoo 7, Sidney 0, and again, John, it seems like Wahoo has had opportunities to maybe take complete control of this game, and Sidney has just kind of kept the momentum a little bit.
Yeah, everybody's still kind of feeling it out. I think the game's just kind of We're still feeling each other out, the defenses and all that, but it seems like we have had a lot of chances. I think we've had more efficiency offensively than they've had so far, but let's hope our defense can keep up with that theme.
Here comes out the Red Raider offense, and Holly will get the handoff here to the near side. Biggest run play of the afternoon for Sidney as they take it up to about their own 24, 23-yard line, a gain of 3. That time for Luke Holly on the carry. 1:24 to go here in the first quarter. Wahoo leads 7-0. It's 2nd and 6 Sidney. The ball on their own 24-yard line. Luke Holly, there's a 4-yard gain. Haven't called his name a lot. But
no, that was his first. When they run that zone read, that was his first go. Now will he pull that and run straight ahead, that quarterback? So that's what we got to key, both options.
60 seconds to go in the quarter. Doty gets the snap, rolls out to his right, looking to throw, under pressure, steps up in the pocket, now rolls to the sideline and throws back across the middle, and his receiver is wide open and makes the catch across the middle of the field. That time was Reed Fiskus on the reception, and he takes it to the Sidney 39-yard line for a first down.
And that's where you give that kid a lot of time, and things are going to happen because you can only cover those speedy receivers so long. And they're pretty tall kids, so they're going to go up over the top of guys.
Wahoo has gotten pressure on Doty, but he hasn't been hit or sacked. He's just been able to elude a lot of that pressure, and that time he extends a play, and Sidney has a first down with 30 seconds to go in the quarter. 1st and 10 on their own 39-yard line right hash. 2 wide receivers to the near side. Holly stands to the right of Doty in the backfield. Isaac takes the snap and hands it off to Holly, off to the near side, and Caden Smart and Braylon Iverson bring him down together after a gain of 2 up to the Sidney 41-yard line, and that will likely be the end of the quarter. What a defensive effort for Wahoo, John.
Yeah, so far really well. I mean, that earlier run was the first time they'd really broken the outside, and then we got this receiver dragging across for that gain, and that's been about it, really. It's been a good start for the Warriors, so far so good.
12 minutes of football in this Class C1 semifinal have come and gone. It's Wahoo 7, Sidney 0. You're tuned into Warrior Football in Saunders County Online, and we'll be back in 60 seconds.
Hot Oil and Propane is continuing to be family-run and owned for 60 years. OOP Inc. is your Wahoo supplier for gas, diesel, propane, oil, grease, and products for your yard and acreage, including seed, fertilizer, and sprays to help keep your lawn and pastures beautiful. Find them online at oopinkwahoo.com. Call 402-443-3563 or stop by 3288 Ponderosa Drive. OOP Inc. serving for 60 years thanks to you. Of great products. Find out more information about the deer and holiday season at wahoolocker.com. Wahoo Locker, home of the world-famous Wahoo Wiener in downtown Wahoo. Attention all local deer hunters. At the Wahoo Locker throughout the course of the deer season, we're offering deer processing. Bring in your boneless or whole deer to be processed into over 25 different possible products of your choosing. Also this holiday season, be sure to send your loved ones gift.
And welcome back to Wahoo, Nebraska on Saunders County Online. Austin McNorton and John Herrera here with you for the start of quarter number 2.
There we go.
Fight for the football. It's broken up nicely downfield by Wahoo's Sam Edmonds, who nearly came up with his 5th interception of the season. 11:53 to go here in the first half. It's Wahoo 7, Sidney 0, and another 3rd and long, 3rd and 8 for Sidney on their own 41-yard line.
Yeah, that was great coverage. They had a 2-man route over here, a couple of out routes, short and deep, and Sam made a great play on the ball.
Sam Edmonds has been the best coverage guy for Wahoo this season. He has 46 tackles, 4 interceptions for a Warrior defense who has 10 interceptions as a team. 3rd and 8 for the Red Raiders. Ball in the left hash on their own 41-yard line. Doty in the backfield. Holly stands to his right. Isaac will throw it to Holly out here in the flat, who drops the football. He wouldn't have been able to get much as Caden Smart and Barrett LaValle were both right there.
Little chess match on coverage right there. Caden lined up on that second receiver and then shot in as soon as the play happened. So the quarterback tried to dump it, and the receiver wasn't quite
I don't know if he
on
was
the
expecting
same page.
it. Yeah. So 4th and 8, and the Sidney offense, who averages 35 points per game and about 400 yards per game, kind of struggling here in the first half against a Warrior defense. They have to punt it away for their 4th time this afternoon. A high punt to the far sideline. It's caught, making a move, taking it here to the near sideline with blockers. A flag got thrown. You cannot be kidding with that flag. This is a touchdown on a punt return that's going to be called back. Kip Brigham takes it all the way to his own 10, but a terrible call is going to bring the Warriors back to about their own 20.
That was kind of rough. That was kind of rough right there. I was watching the whole thing, and it's hard to say every call is bad or whatever, but that was it wasn't a blindside shot. It looked like he was in front. You tell those kids if you see the numbers on the back, you don't block them. It was really tough. Close call.
So they call a block in the back against Wahoo, and Chad Fox can't believe it on that far sideline. Everyone here on this side of the press box, in the press box, we're all saying, ooh, I don't know. And with 11:26 to go here in the first half, Wahoo leads 7-0, and instead of having the ball on the Sidney 10-yard line, Wahoo will now have the ball at around their own 15-ish. Based on where the flag was thrown at.
Yeah, similar vibe to the big call last week, the phantom personal foul on the sideline that put us back on our 15. Now it's just our job to churn out those yards and get them back.
We'll see where they will officially spot the football. They're moving it way back. They said the block happened at about the Wahoo 30, which I don't know if it was even there where the block happened. But Wahoo will move back to their own 18-yard line. My gosh. That's Wahoo's 50th penalty this season, and boy, that seems like maybe the biggest one of the year. 1st and 10 Warriors, ball in the left hash. Kaminsky in the backfield with Bordowski to his left. Noah will get the handoff off to the right side and be thrown down in the backfield. Another incredible tackle made by Kean Kaiser. The Warriors can't block this kid.
Yeah, he's slipping through. He's got something. We got to get one of our linemen to the second level, and I don't know if we've got somebody up front forcing a double team to where that second guy can't get off to him or what, but that number 40 is having a good day so far.
11 minutes to go here, second quarter. Wahoo leads 7-0, backed up on their own 15-yard line now, 2nd and 13. Right hash, Kaminsky in the backfield. Bordowski stands to his left. A wide receiver on either side. Jace stepping back in the pocket. Pump fakes. Now throws it here to the near sideline. Wide open. Josh Edmonds, I think, lost it in the sun. He was wide open and just lost the football on the near sideline. He might have scored.
Yeah, we had a nice little, like a stop and go or an out and up type of route, and he got that corner fooled, and he was down the field if he gets that. That's a tough spot. We were talking before the game. Is there a way to see into the sun? And right where he was trying to catch that ball, that is one of those scenarios.
The football was basically right in the sun where he was looking here on the near sideline. 10:45 to go. Clock stops. It's 3rd and 13, and this is the loudest we've heard the Red Raider crowd this afternoon. Kaminsky in the backfield. Bordowski stands to his right, fakes the handoff, has time to throw, and will throw deep downfield and falling to the ground. Falling to the ground for Wahoo was Josh Edmonds. He looks for a flag that won't come. The Warrior fans asking for a flag that won't come.
It kind of looked like their feet got tangled up. Yeah, that's pretty tough that's a tough call unless the kid uses his hands to knock him down. But they were running next to each other, and yeah.
So Josh Edmonds is getting a lot of the looks in terms of receivers for the Warriors, and after Wahoo forces a punt, once again the offense can't respond as they go 3 and out, losing 3 yards on the drive, and will have to punt from their own end zone with 10:37 to go here in the second quarter. Sidney has blocked 1 punt this season. They're not coming after this one. It's a good punt for the Warriors that's fielded at the Wahoo 50 and brought down immediately. Best starting field position here for the Red Raiders, though. They will start right in the center of the Warrior W. 1st and 10 with 10:29 to go. And, boy, John, it just feels like, again, Wahoo's had some opportunities, but now it's another opportunity here for Sidney.
Yeah, I mean, last week was a very ugly game, just a lot of short plays and a lot of pounding. This week it's been a little bit off, a little uncharacteristic. Some penalties, some miscues by both teams really to get into the flow.
1st and 10 Sidney with the ball on the 50, directly in the middle. Doty takes the snap directly, and he'll keep it himself off to the right side, and he's blown up immediately at the line of scrimmage by Eli Shada here on the near sideline.
There we go. Eli's back. Eli had an injury last week that kind of kept him limited at the second half of that game, but he ran down the line beautifully there.
A loss of 1 yard. Eli Shada makes a tackle in the backfield. 50 tackles for Eli this season. He also has 4 sacks and 2 fumble recoveries. It's 2nd and 11 for Sidney with the ball on their own 49-yard line with 9:57 to go here in the first half, and Wahoo leading 7-0. Doty in the backfield. Hawley stands to his left. Now Riddle gets the handoff, breaks out of a tackle way in the backfield. One more tackle, and he fights back to the line of scrimmage. Could have been a loss of about 10. Instead, it's a loss of 1 off of an incredible effort from Landon Riddle.
Yeah, nice defensive play there. It's just that kid's slippery. I mean, he's hard to get down, and so he weaseled out of about 3 Warrior tacklers there. And they tell those guys, when you're holding the edge over there, you don't have to run at the ball carrier. As long as you run down the line, no matter how fast he is, he's going to come to you. So you don't have to worry about getting outran if you're down the line. But guys like Caden Smart, Braylon Iverson, they're the speed guys. They're the ones that run into the backfield, and they made the play right there.
9:10 to go here in the second quarter. It's 3rd and 12 for Sidney with the ball on their own 48-yard line left hash. Doty in the backfield looking to throw. Has time. Throws it here to the nearest sideline. It's way over the head of his intended target. Here down the field, he was looking for Riddle. Good coverage downfield by Wahoo, Sam Edmonds, along with Josh Edmonds. They were both there. Incomplete. And Sidney, after getting a good defensive stop, getting the ball at midfield, they go backwards 2 yards and will have to punt. Great defensive stand again by Wahoo.
And a great job there by the Edmonds family of double teaming that kid. And they both kind of ran into each other going for the ball. But, I mean, it's going to be tough to complete a pass because those guys are such good guys in space and in coverage.
Doty will punt, and clock will stop.
What do we have?
I don't know if we had a Wahoo takes a timeout. 8:57 to go here in the second quarter. It's Wahoo 7, Sidney 0. 4th and 12 coming up in 30 seconds.
First, we're your local agency with locations across Nebraska, including Wahoo, Grand Island, Omaha, Lincoln, and Fort Calhoun. If your employer doesn't offer affordable insurance, please let us help you get the coverage you deserve at an affordable price. And if you're over 65, there are so many new update options out there, and we're up to speed on all of them. Let us help you navigate what works best for you. Voted Omaha Magazine's Best of Omaha, call us at 402-858-0557 or scan the QR code to provide your basic information. Anchor Insurance Agencies want to remind...
And welcome back to Wahoo, Nebraska here on Saunders County Online on this Friday afternoon for this Class C1 semifinal. Austin McNorton, John Herrera, and Kelly Johnson here with you from Wahoo High School. 8:57 to go, first half. It's Wahoo 7, Sidney 0. 4th and 12 for the Red Raiders. They will punt left to right, and it's caught by Wahoo at their own 10. Down the far sideline goes Kip Brigham. And Kip makes something out of nothing, taking it all the way up to the Warrior 29-yard line after catching it at his own 15. That's a great effort.
Yeah, and really the return that got called back was a great play on his part as well. So, Kip's starting to get back into this game, and he could be a real weapon for us on specialty tonight.
So Wahoo has the football back. They took their opening drive 52 yards to the end zone pretty efficiently without being stopped. But ever since then, the Sidney defense has locked in, and the Warriors are trying to find something. 8:45 to go, second quarter. 1st and 10 Wahoo on their own 28-yard line right hash. Kaminsky in the backfield. Kip stands to his left. Jace will throw it out to the flat to Josh Edmonds, who watches it bounce off of his helmet and out of bounds. Or no, it actually did stay in bounds, but Josh frustrated with himself as it bounced right off of his face mask. I don't know if he lost it in the sun again or what, but...
That's tough because he's looking back to the southwest, which is where the sun is setting, and that is a tough play.
So 2nd and 10 as the clock stops with 8:40 to go.
They tell baseball players to catch the sun. I don't know if that applies in football as much. A little tougher when guys are bearing down on you to knock your head off.
So 2nd and 10 for Wahoo, again on their own 28-yard line right hash. Kaminsky in the backfield on the option play, pitches it out to Kip Brigham down the sideline. He tries to break out of one tackle but gets pushed out of bounds on that far side of the field after a gain of about 4, maybe 5, up to the Warrior 35-yard line. It's 3rd and 5. Boy, there were a lot of 5s, 3s there. Oh, my gosh.
Yeah.
But a big play here for both teams. Wahoo would love to create some momentum on the offensive side of the football. 3rd and 5 for Wahoo on their own 33. Right hash. Clock is stopped at 8:34. Kaminsky in the backfield. Brigham to his left. Jace takes the snap. Rolling out to his left. Looking to throw and does. Deep down the field. Battle for the football. Oh, my gosh! Wahoo just got tackled downfield without a flag. Josh Edmonds gets absolutely taken out by defensive back Landon Riddle, who honestly looked at the ref saying it's got to be a flag and there isn't one.
It's just we saw this a few weeks ago with SCOTUS. It was a similar spot on the field. The ball is thrown shallow. Josh comes back to get it. The defensive back runs him over. I think if you open up the rule book, the textbook definition of pass interference kind of falls under that category. But we did not get the call. The guy was looking right at it.
When the defensive back stands up and is expecting a flag, and that's usually a telltale sign that there should have been one.
Yep.
This time it's a line drive punt that will bounce off of, I don't know who that touched first. This is going to be interesting where this ball is spotted because it was sent right at the backs of several different guys.
Looks like
it might have hit a Warrior first.
Yeah, it looks like they're spotting about the 42, 32, 42. It was kind of a low line drive that bounced through the crowd, and it bounced off a couple feet. And
yeah, so they will spot the ball at the, you're right, John, at the Sidney 43-yard line. But if you're Wahoo, after a play like that, how do you try and just forget about it and move on? It's so hard to do, but you got to be mentally tough.
This game's a little chaotic right now. We got to just condense the nonsense, play some D, and let's get back to our schedule here.
1st and 10, Sidney, ball on their own 43-yard line. Doty in the backfield, rolling to his right, under pressure. Now throws it to the sideline, and it's incomplete.
Nearly intercepted again, right on the sideline.
Good coverage by Braylon Iverson downfield as they were looking for Luke Ulier here on the near sideline. Braylon Iverson, the linebacker, in coverage on that tight end the whole way.
Yep. Another good job by Eli Shada pursuing down the line, not trying to go upfield because that kid's going to outrun you. Pursuit down the line, keeping him kind of honest, making him make that throw under a little bit of duress.
2nd and 10, Sidney. Ball on their own 43-yard line left hash. 8:08 to go here in the second quarter. Wahoo leads 7-0. Hawley stands to the right of Doty in the backfield with 2 wide receivers to either side. Doty hands it off to Hawley up the middle, and he fights forward for a couple. A gain of 2 up to the Sidney 45-yard line, but another 3rd and long here for the Red Raiders after a good tackle made in the middle by the Warriors' defensive line, who you talked about before the game started, John.
Yeah, I think so far the running game, we've been really good on the running game, and as long as we keep this kid from chucking it around the park, so far we're doing pretty good on our coverage, and our interior defense is so stout.
It's 3rd and 8 for Sidney. The ball on their own 44-yard line. 3rd and 9, actually, with 7:31 to go here in the second quarter. Doty in the backfield, a 6-step drop. Now under pressure, steps up in the pocket. Airs one deep downfield, and it's off of several different guys. Incomplete. Good defense in the secondary again by the Warriors back there. For Wahoo, it was Sam Markson in the coverage batting it away.
You had 2 different guys. You had one guy underneath, one guy over the top. That was great coverage.
So the sun still shining here on a Friday afternoon, and once again, this electric Red Raider offense, who averages 279 rush yards and 136 pass yards a game, will have to punt it away again. So it's Kip Brigham and Caden Smart back to return for Wahoo. A good punt this time right at Caden Smart, who makes the fair catch at the Warrior, looked like about the 27-yard line, 26-yard line, is where Wahoo will set up 1st and 10 with 7:15 to go here in the second quarter. And another spot for the Warrior offense. How do you stay mentally tough after what happened the last drive to say, we got to come back and be ready to go?
You just got to persevere. Last week it was persevering through all the physical pounding and all that. This week it's persevering through the miscues, through the weird plays, through the penalties you felt like you should have got, but just keep chugging.
Kaminsky in the backfield, takes the snap, throws it out to the flat to Noah Bordowski, who follows Avery Weeding, breaks out of a tackle down the far sideline. Wow, what an effort from Noah Bordowski. After what looked like a gain of 2, he turned into a gain of 8 all the way up to the Warrior 35-yard line.
And another great effort, and that was that motion play again. We bring Avery across full speed. He's out in front blocking. They get it to Noah. And Noah, he's a playmaker, and he's a hard guy to tackle because he's so strong.
Only came into today with 4 receptions. He now has 6, each of them for around more than 8 yards. It's 2nd and 1 for Wahoo with the ball on their own 35-yard line. Now Noah gets the handoff up the middle, pushing the pile forward, and look at that pile move all the way up to the Warrior 41-yard line for a Wahoo first down.
That's some good Warrior football right there. Pound a rock, get the Hogs rolling, get some momentum. I see they just switched out their nose for a guy that's about 100 pounds heavier than the other kid. So they got a big boy inside now. They're trying to stout up their center of their defense with some size to try to negate our running offense.
And this Sidney football team, their only loss of the year was to number 10 Ogallala, 22-15. And that was an Ogallala team who ran the ball out of 69 plays in the game. They ran the ball 67 of those 69 plays to win that game. Here's a handoff up the middle. Goes Caden Smart for a Warrior first down all the way up to the Sidney 48-yard line. A gain of 12.
Just a great block play right there.
And Wahoo looks like they're starting to be able to run the ball in between the tackles a little bit more now.
Yeah, this is the kind of momentum you want. And now we're on the plus side of the field, so we're playing on our side of the field. Let's just keep that up, and let's try to keep this game on this side of the field right here.
5:40 to go here, second quarter. Wahoo 7, Sidney 0. First and 10 Warriors on the Sidney 48-yard line in between the hashes. Kaminsky in the backfield. He hands it off to Sam Edmonds, who cuts it upfield. Sam Edmonds following blockers, breaks out of a tackle, and fights forward all the way to the Sidney 36-yard line, and another Wahoo first down after a 12-yard run.
Yeah, similar play, different guy getting the ball, though, so you're giving him a similar motion, different looks, and different blocking up front. So they're thinking, okay, Caden. Now we got this receiver. He's just going to run across the field. Oh, crap, he's got the ball, and we got an extra blocker with Caden.
5:13 to go here in the second quarter. It's Wahoo 7, Sidney 0. First and 10 Warriors on the Red Raider 36-yard line, left hash, going right to left. Bunch formation for Wahoo. Now Kaminsky will step back with Bordowski standing to his left and two wide receivers on either side. Kaminsky fakes the handoff, throws it out to the flat. Wide open is Barrett LaValle, and he's hit immediately. Another good pickup on first down for Wahoo of about 5 up to the Sidney 34-yard line.
That's Barrett's first taste today, right?
Yep.
So Barrett's another weapon. He's a killer. A lot of times he's the guy crossing the field, a linebacker falling asleep. Next thing you know, Barrett runs by. So, he's a real sure-handed receiver.
That's his 13th catch of the season, now for 297 yards. 4:23 to go here in the second quarter, 2nd and 7. Caden Smart gets the handoff off to the near side, trying to bounce it outside. He can't. Brought down in the backfield, an incredible tackle made by the running back, Luke Hawley, and it felt like Caden Smart probably should have cut that one up the middle rather than trying to bounce it.
I think he was going to try to sprint for the edge, and the Holly kid had his unblocked arm free, so he was able to reach out, and he just got a hand on that shoulder pad and was able to pull him down. He's a 200-pound kid. He's a big kid.
A loss of 4 for Wahoo makes it 3rd and 11 now for the Warriors, back to the Sidney 37-yard line, and this is kind of where the Warrior drives have stalled out this afternoon. 3rd and 11 with 3:42 to go here in the second quarter. Wahoo leading 7-0. Kaminsky in the backfield looking to throw. Has time. Steps up in the pocket. Airing one deep down the field, and his guy gets tackled to the ground. No call again. They probably say that pass is not catchable that time, which there might be an argument, but boy, Wahoo's wide receivers are literally getting tackled downfield.
Yeah, they're allowing some pretty physical play from the D-backs up there.
Landon Fye was the intended target for Wahoo, who literally gets tackled to the ground, which don't know how that's legal. I guess it is today. The only possible justification you could have is that maybe it wasn't catchable, but you got to let the wide receiver try to come back and get the football. He was on his knees before the ball hit the ground. That's not legal. 3:30 to go here in the second quarter. It's 4th and 11 for Wahoo on the Sidney 37-yard line, and Wahoo keeps their offense out on the field. Kaminsky in the backfield, a wide receiver to the far side. Bordowski stands to Jace's left. Jace takes the handoff, looking to throw. Has time, throws it across the middle. It's nearly picked. It went through several different Red Raiders. The first guy that I saw there for Sidney was number 14, Grant Schmurchik. And Wahoo, once again, takes it to Sidney territory, but turns it over on downs.
Yeah, that was a tough play. They had it covered well, and, you throw it into traffic, and I guess the theory is if it gets picked off, it's about like a punt. But was not picked off, so here we go, defense. Let's try to end this half. We got 3 minutes right here.
Sidney has, 3 timeouts left and 3 minutes and 24 seconds to work with the ball on their own 37. Hawley gets the handoff up. The middle goes nowhere. A gain of 1 after Eli Shada brings him down around the knees. A gain of 1.5 up to the Sidney 39-yard line. 3:10 to go here in the second quarter. Wahoo leading 7-0. Big drive here for both teams. Wahoo gets the football, I believe. Sidney gets the ball in the third quarter. They kicked
deferred,
off, yep. So Sidney does get the ball to start quarter number 3. So this could be a big drive here for the Red Raiders. If they can score and get the ball back.
You can bet Coach Fox might use a timeout here if we stop these guys on second down.
Doty hands it off to Holly on the outside. Good job sealing the edge, but Holly breaks out of several different Warrior tackles and takes it for a Sidney first down up to the Red Raider 48-yard line. Wahoo had him. He broke out of 3 tackles and gets a first down.
Yeah, you're trying to set that edge so he can't get around the corner there, and somehow somebody got pinned in a little bit, and away he goes.
2:33 to go here in the second quarter. First and 10 Sidney, now with the ball on their own 48-yard line left hash. Wahoo leads 7-0. Doty in the backfield. Holly standing to his right. Holly gets the handoff again up the middle, and he falls forward into Warrior territory to the Wahoo 49-yard line before he's brought down by Warrior number 55, Eli Emerson, after a gain of 5 yards on first down.
Not sure if they're kind of content to run the clock
3
out
yards,
or if they're setting up a shot. They always have the capability of throwing a shot. So our guys on the back half cannot get lulled to sleep. We got a 2-receiver set over here that is looking ripe for a play up the seam, so we got to make sure we're dialed in here.
Holly stands to the right of Doty in the backfield. Isaac takes the snap, fakes the handoff, rolls out to his right. Now under some pressure, he'll just throw it here to the sideline, way out of bounds. Good coverage again. Josh Edmonds has been great here on the near sideline for Wahoo's secondary.
Similar play to that last one they had where the brothers were over here on that. A couple of out routes deep, and then they have a guy on the backside running a post so that if everybody falls asleep, he'll hit the guy in the middle, but so far so good on our coverage.
So now it's 3rd and 7 for Sidney, and fortunate for Wahoo, the clock stops with 1:41 to go here in the half. Wahoo, if nothing else, would like to have a chance at a punt return.
Yeah, no timeouts needed if we can get the stop right here.
3rd and 7 on the Wahoo 49-yard line. Sidney in the backfield. Doty takes the snap. Holly gets Doty kept it at the last second. Fights forward, trying to push the pile forward. He gets all the way to the Warrior 45, which is short of a first down. It keeps the clock churning, and you wonder if Wahoo will try and stop the clock now. As of right now, they say, let's just keep it running, so it will run. 1:20 to go second quarter. It's 4th and 3 for Sidney on the Warrior 45, and I think Sidney might go for this now.
Yeah, at this yardage, they probably will. And maybe Coach Fox is thinking, all right, because of how close they are, let's wait. If we can get the stop, then we'll use our timeouts to maybe take some opportunities down the field.
60 seconds to go here in the first half. Wahoo 7, Sidney 0. 4th and 3 for Sidney on the Wahoo 45-yard line. Doty in the backfield. Holly to his right. Holly fakes the handoff. Doty kept it, got brought down.
Nice job by Caden
right at the line of scrimmage. Incredible tackle by Harrison Krieger, and the Red Raiders turn it over on downs.
And that's beautiful because Caden came from the backside, made that play. Otherwise, they might have had a shot at a first down. It was pretty close. But now, 1st and 10, we're at midfield. We got 2 timeouts. We got 47 seconds. Anything can happen.
This was where Wahoo basically won the game against Broken Bow last week. They scored with under 2 minutes to go in the first half to double the lead 12-0 going into the locker room, and that won them the game, really. So with 47 seconds left, 2 timeouts, it's 1st and 10 Wahoo with the ball on their own 44-yard line left hash. 2 wide receivers go to the far side of the field of Kaminsky in the backfield with Bordowski standing to his right. Jace fakes the handoff, stays in the pocket, throws it across the middle way behind Josh Edmonds and incomplete.
Yeah, a little behind him there. That would have been a short gain anyway. Maybe would have had to use a timeout, about an 8-yard gain if he'd have caught that. But once again, Coach Fox, I think he's just trying to chunk it down the field a little bit and seeing if we can take a shot.
Stop clocks clock stops.
Yeah.
Words are hard sometimes, I'll tell you. Clock stops at 43 seconds. 2nd and 10 for Wahoo on their own 44-yard line. 2 wide receivers to the far side of the field. Kaminsky in the backfield, Noah to his left. Noah will get the handoff up the middle and fall down immediately at the line of scrimmage. And that might end the first half there. As the clock will run 30 seconds. I think There's no play clock here, so I don't know. I don't know if Wahoo has to run one more play. They might have to. It's 3rd and 10 after no gain.
Yeah, he may just give them a shot or just run it and let's go to the half, because they could just let the clock expire if they want to.
10 seconds to go. Wahoo does break the huddle and come to the line of scrimmage. 5 seconds. 2 wide receivers to the far side, 1 to the near side. Kaminsky snaps it at 1. Here to the near side to Josh Edmonds, who breaks a tackle down the near sideline and steps out of bounds at the Sidney 42-yard line. Josh Edmonds has had a good half, and the Warriors lead 7-0, but this high-scoring offense between number 1 Wahoo, who averages 39 points per game, and number 4 Sidney, who averages 35 points per game, go into the locker room 7-0. What you expected, John?
Yeah, I knew it'd be a tough game, but I kind of thought our offense has been a little off schedule today, and I think we had opportunities. Obviously, that punt return was huge. We probably would have scored on that drive. But, it's deja vu all over again, 7-0. Like 3 weeks in a row, we've had those slow starts to games, really both teams feeling it out. And, this game doesn't feel like last week necessarily, but it feels like it could get crazy in the second half if the offenses start getting them under their in their game.
Sidney will get the football to start quarter number 3, and we will be back here on Saunders County Online and kind of break down what we just saw in the first half. We will go ahead and thank all of our sponsors here first as you're tuned into Warrior Football on Saunders County Online. It's Wahoo 7, Sidney 0. Halftime is here, and we'll be right back.
Attention all local deer hunters. At the Wahoo Locker, throughout the course of the deer season, we're offering deer processing. Bring in your boneless or whole deer to be processed into over 25 different possible products of your choosing. Also, this holiday season, be sure to send your loved ones gift boxes and baskets with a number of different combinations of great products. Find out more information about the deer and holiday season at WahooLocker.com. Wahoo Locker, home of the world-famous Wahoo Wiener in downtown Wahoo.
Anchor Insurance Agencies want to remind you open enrollment is right now for policies beginning January 1st. We're your local agency with locations across Nebraska, including Wahoo, Grand Island, Omaha, Lincoln, and Fort Calhoun. If your employer doesn't offer affordable insurance, please let us help you get the coverage you deserve at an affordable price. And if you're over 65, there are so many new update options out there, and we're up to speed on all of them. Let us help you navigate what works best for you. Voted Omaha Magazine's Best of Omaha, call us at 402-858-0557 or scan the QR code to provide your basic information. Wahoo State Bank gives you the home team advantage. From the beginning of your financial experience with Penny Partners, Kids Club with Richie Rover, to student checking for those age 15 through 25, offering a variety of benefits that make banking easy when you're home or away, or if you're looking to finance the future home. Wahoo State Bank has the home team to work with you through life. Member FDIC.
Rivalry Apparel in Wahoo's excited to celebrate their 5th anniversary the month of October. Stop in to say hi to the Rivalry team or go to rivalryapparel.com now to get your gear for fall sports. Then be on the lookout for winter sports apparel for your favorite local teams and schools. Rivalry is open Tuesdays, Thursdays 10 to 6, Wednesdays, Fridays 10 to 5, Saturdays 9 to noon. Call 402-870-0780 for any questions. The team at Rivalry Apparel wants to help you have a winning season. We are your biggest fan.
Haven Living Center in Wahoo is a proud sponsor of this broadcast. Recognized as a great place to work, the folks at South Haven know the importance of teamwork and the reward that comes from serving older adults. If you're looking for senior care or a rewarding career with a Nebraska-based company, give them a call or check them out online, southhaven-wahoo.com. South Haven
Experience
Living
fall with the new Fall Blizzard menu at the Wahoo Dairy Queen, featuring flavors like caramel fudge cheesecake and chocolate dip strawberry. This year also has the return of some of your favorite blizzards like Hot Cocoa Oreo, Snickerdoodle, Cookie Dough, and Reese's Peanut Butter Cup Pie. Pumpkin Pie is back for a limited time, so hurry down to the Wahoo Dairy Queen and treat yourself to the Fall Blizzard menu. Have your order ready when you get there by ordering ahead through the DQ mobile app. Download it today. Experience fall.
If you're looking for a new career, Dollar General is looking for you. Hiring all positions and all shifts, they are looking for you with a starting pay up to $22 an hour with a $2,000 sign-on bonus. You can find details by going to dollargeneral.com/careers or by texting DG Warehouse to 25,000. Must be 18 or older, but again, starting pay up to $22 an hour with a $2,000 sign-on bonus. Contact them now, dollargeneral.com/careers.
At Medicine Man Pharmacy, we aspire to be the pharmacy provider confidently chosen by our clients for their family's everyday health needs because of our expertise, integrity, and honestly, consistently exceeding their expectations. Reliability, bright spot, value, integrity, community building, and so much more can be found at Medicine Man Pharmacy of Wahoo.
Stop at First Bank of Nebraska to get our new Wahoo Warrior branded debit card. Every transaction gives back to Wahoo Public Schools. All you need is a First Bank of Nebraska checking account and ask for the Warrior card. For more information, go to firstbankne.com. First Bank of Nebraska, serving our communities, investing in you. Member FDIC and equal housing lender.
Hot Oil and Propane is continuing to be family run and owned for 60 years. OOP Inc. is your Wahoo supplier for gas, diesel, propane, oil, grease, and products for your yard and acreage, including seed, fertilizer, and sprays to help keep your lawn and pastures beautiful. Find them online at oopinkwahoo.com, call 402-443-3563, or stop by 3288 Ponderosa Drive. OOP Inc. serving for 60 years thanks to you. Attention all local deer hunters. At the Wahoo Locker throughout the course of the deer season, we're offering deer processing. Bring in your boneless or whole deer to be processed into over 25 different possible products of your choosing. Also this holiday season, be sure to send your loved ones gift boxes and baskets with a number of different combinations of great products. Find out more information about the deer and holiday season at wahoolocker.com. Wahoo Locker, home of the world famous Wahoo Wiener in downtown Wahoo.
Welcome back to Wahoo Public School. It is district playoffs as we are on our road to championship, state championship with Wahoo Public Schools versus Sidney. And staring to the sun, we're trying our best, but we're not able to give you a camera angle. But I'm wondering if we could give you a good camera angle anyway looking at this.
Yeah.
But what a fantastic, well, it is a battle. We knew it was going to be a battle, but we didn't know where the battle was going to be, and I will leave it at that.
The battle seems to be in fighting chaos itself. I mean,
right.
It isn't like, oh, there's 3 turnovers, we keep dropping the ball, we keep missing blocks. It is our defense is playing well, our coverage has been great. We seem to be running the ball fairly well.
Yeah.
We had some kind of interesting interactions where there was a flag called or there wasn't a flag called. But you can't just blame everything on that. But it's been a little chaotic from that standpoint. Everybody in the stadium is staring into the sun, which is kind of crazy. So if you're watching the broadcast, you're probably watching your TV with sunglasses on. We're sitting here in the press box trying to shade ourselves while the Sidney band is playing. So hopefully, let's just get this sun down a little bit, and let's just get some good football being played tonight. And
turn these lights on and get the sun down, and let's get some really good views.
Let's play under the lights.
Yeah, exactly. Now, it makes me grateful that somebody else is doing the camera work, but we would love to be able to have that opportunity. Well, we're going to talk about that later on. But again, if you were wondering what happened due to NSAA and NFHS contract, whenever NFHS wants to come in and broadcast a playoff or a championship game for the NSAA, they have rights. We do not. So we are going ahead and we're able to give you the audio. So if you want to sync it up and listen to Austin and John, because
definitely the way to go.
That's the way to go.
That is the way to go. So again, get out there and tell your friends and family about it. If you want to go back later and listen to the game, we're going to leave it out there so you can kind of listen to it in the background and get this from this perspective. We also want to say thank you to all of our sponsors who have been so strong all season long with us, and looking forward to, can you believe it's like 2 weeks away from basketball starting?
Let's go.
Incredible.
Bring it on.
So incredible. As soon as we get through this game, if Wahoo wins, they play against either Ashland Greenwood or Boone Central, which is playing yet this evening.
Yep.
Yeah, that'll kick off at 7 o'clock tonight. Yeah.
And my question is, who would you rather play?
Boone Central for sure. For sure.
It's an interesting one because Ashland's a powerful team, and Boone is regarded as a power team. They were kind of one of the favorites coming into this season. The familiarity is something that, hey, we've been able to get away from that because we thought it'd be DC West, Pierce, Ashland as our path.
That's the route we thought we were going to have.
Those types of opponents were like, well, we played them already. And now we see some new teams. We saw Broken Bow. We did play SCOTUS, but we got Broken Bow. We got these other teams. So it's kind of fun to see new blood, And I don't know if Wahoo in the modern era has ever played Boone or Albin. They used to be Albin. So that would be fun. But what would be great would just be playing in Lincoln on Tuesday before Thanksgiving. That would be great for everybody.
That would be a lot of fun.
So whoever shows up in Lincoln, if we're there with uniforms on, that's fantastic.
That's all we care about.
The last time we were there, I was there because my oldest was in middle school, able to play in the band.
Okay.
And I remember it was snowing that day.
It was a cold day.
It was a cold day. Snow was coming down.
It was a storybook day because although it was cold, it wasn't awful, and the wind wasn't really blowing that hard, but there were some flakes in the air. It was just storybook, and obviously the game went well as we blanked Pierce 38-0 to win our first title. And then Mother Nature decided to make everybody's day awful, and it started raining after our game. So Oakland Craig had to play their C2 game. I think they won that game that day. And then the Bell West versus I'm not familiar who it was that night. They played in a driving blizzard, which was insanity. And I think it was probably a real sketchy drive home for Pierce just because of the distance. It was sketchy for us because it was raining ice pretty much all the way home.
Yeah, I still use my hot chocolate mug from Memorial Stadium as my coffee cup. In fact, I used it today.
Yeah.
That's a good luck then, right?
That's good. They got that vibe going.
So speaking of that, Johnny, Wahoo has so much history. They've been to over 20 different postseason appearances, 28 to be exact, have that state title we were just talking about in 2019 versus a Sidney team who they have been to the postseason 9 times. This is their 9th time in school history that they've been to the postseason, never even been to Lincoln, never played in a state title game. So how much is this Red Raider team thinking about this? This is the farthest that this team has been since 1993, where Sidney hosted Adams Central and lost 19-0 in this C1 semifinal.
Yeah,
How much are you thinking about that?
That was like 70 pounds and a head of hair ago for me. I mean, that was back when I listened to CDs in my car and stuff. Yeah. That was a great time. But if you're not familiar with the postseason and just the hype and all the craziness that goes with it, there is some learning to get there. But what we can do to make them get nervous like that is to put some pressure on them by scoring. If this is a close game, they're just excited. They're in it. The more you leave an opponent in the game, the more it stays into that late third, into that fourth quarter, then that's less of a factor. Because if it was 21-0 right now, Wahoo, their thoughts about, oh gosh, do we belong here or not? Those thoughts come in more but now it's a close game. They've been able to make some plays. They're in the game. They are one play away from scoring every time. So those jitters are not there as much when we aren't putting that pressure on them.
How much adjusting do you think Wahoo's defense will have to do, knowing the corrections that Sidney's offense is going to make here in the second half?
I think the corrections that they'll make will be emphasizing, their coverage. They're going to expect, hey, they're going to start putting more pressure on us down the field. It seems like our run fits, our run defense is containing Doty and 23, their running back. So we're doing okay up front. Let's just make sure we're not falling asleep on the back half and continue to grind.
Well, I was gonna say along those lines, the encouragement of, we were thinking this really fast team was going to come in. How are we going to be able to contain them? How are we going to do that? Demonstrating that happened, I think that really will give an encouragement for the back half to be able to step up.
Yeah, they're not a bunch of Olympic era sprinters out there. We can keep up with those guys because we got speed too. So that's fun. And we've got a couple guys on this team that are probably going to be at state track, I imagine. So they don't feel like they're just going to get ran by out there, because so far I haven't seen anybody with a receiver behind them. We've been over the top with our safeties, and we got a corner or a linebacker running underneath, and a lot of those jump balls that go up in the air that Sidney has caught a lot of those. We've had two guys right there, and it's either tipped out or defended well, nearly intercepted a couple times. So far, so good. If those receivers read their keys and don't get caught watching the backfield, they'll be on those guys all night.
Well, we've also had some runs that have just demonstrated that we had the ability, if it wasn't for a flag, to be able to come and bring it back.
Yeah, this yellow stuff on the field, it's not good. Unless it's around our W, it's not good. So if that can clean up a little bit, and we had such a close – Kip's return was beautiful. That would have changed the course of the first half completely. Yeah. And just like in that Broken Bow game, that flag just absolutely put a pin in the balloon as far as, the excitement, and then we got to fight our way back out. I mean, we kind of did, but we didn't get back to where we were going to be. Right. So it's up to us to, avoid those penalties and just make plays.
24 minutes of Class C1 semifinal football remain as Wahoo leads 7-0. We will go ahead and thank our sponsors once again here on the Saunders County Online Halftime Show. And when we come back, the third quarter is here. We'll thank our sponsors. You're tuned into Warrior Football on Saunders County Online, and we'll be right back.
At Medicine Man Pharmacy, we aspire to be the pharmacy provider confidently chosen by our clients for their family's everyday health needs because of our expertise, integrity, and honestly, consistently exceeding their expectations. Reliability, bright spot, value, integrity, community building, and so much more can be found at Medicine Man Pharmacy of Wahoo.
Stop at First Bank of Nebraska to get our new Wahoo Warrior branded debit card. Every transaction gives back to Wahoo Public Schools. All you need is a First Bank of Nebraska checking account and ask for the Warrior card. For more information, go to firstbankne.com. First Bank of Nebraska, serving our communities, investing in you. Member FDIC and equal housing lender.
Hot Oil and Propane is continuing to be family-run and owned for 60 years. OOP Inc. is your Wahoo supplier for gas, diesel, propane, oil, grease, and products for your yard and acreage, including seed, fertilizer, and sprays to help keep your lawn and pastures beautiful. Find them online at oopinkwahoo.com, call 402-443-3563, or stop by 3288 Ponderosa Drive. OOP Inc. Serving all local deer hunters. At the Wahoo Locker, throughout the course of the deer season, we're offering deer processing. Bring in your boneless or whole deer to be processed into over 25 different possible products of your choosing. Also, this holiday season, be sure to send your loved ones gift boxes and baskets with a number of different combinations of great products. Find out more information about the deer and holiday season at wahoolocker.com. Wahoo Locker, home of the world-famous Wahoo Wiener in downtown Wahoo.
And welcome back to Wahoo, Nebraska, here on Saunders County Online. Austin McNorton, John Herrera, and Kelly Johnson here with you from Wahoo High School on a Friday now evening as we get ready for the start of quarter number 3. It's number 1, Wahoo 7, number 4, Sidney 0, and the Red Raiders will get the football to start quarter number 3 as the sun slowly sets. What an atmosphere and what a first half it was, John.
Yeah, we're coming to you live from the bright side of the moon right now. It is rough, and we're 24 minutes away, Austin. Can we go 24 minutes to Lincoln here? Can we make a play? Can we get an offensive drive? Can we avoid some yellow stuff on the field? Can we get that momentum that it felt like we grabbed immediately in this game?
Right when the game started.
We went up 7-0, stopped them, got the ball back. It felt like, okay, here we go.
Yeah, we're ready to go. But, yeah, those flags definitely created an issue. But now with the sun getting down further, are we in good placement of that as well?
Yeah.
So Sidney will get the football as they come out. Road white jerseys, red numbers, black pants, black helmets. Wahoo will kick off left to right. And the home blue jerseys, white numbers, white pants, and gold trim with blue helmets. They'll kick off left to right. Sidney will go right to left to start out this third quarter. 12 minutes on the clock, and we are underway as looking into the sun. The ball is caught on the far sideline, taking it here to the near side. Good coverage by Wahoo.
Gabe
and
Harris.
Sidney won't get to their own 20. Tackled at the 17-yard line. And Gabe Harris made a great special teams play last week. And there's another good tackle by the senior.
Yeah, that kid's track fast, but Gabe Harris, football fast. He's running that kid down. That is great. You got to slow that kid down, get him going side to side, because when he gets ahead of steam, they've caused teams trouble.
Landon Riddle has been electric all year long, and it's 1st and 10 for Sidney with the ball on their own 17-yard line left hash. So back comes out Isaac Doty and company. Luke Hawley stands to his left with a wide receiver to either side. Doty on the handoff, keeps it himself up the middle and dives through the pile before he got hit by Eli Emerson in the middle. Dives forward for a gain of about 3 up to the 20-yard line. As Wahoo is doing a good job of keeping this kid in between the tackles, which is so hard to do.
Totally different thought from last week. Last week, you had a 200-pound fullback falling for 3 yards.
Right.
This kid's a shifty, find-a-gap, angles guy, and we've been a good job so far.
Doty in the backfield again, 2nd and 7. Takes the snap. This time, Hawley will get the handoff off to the right side and has a lane down the far sideline. Breaks out of one tackle, drags the pile with him for a Red Raider first down all the way up to their own 27-yard line.
Had a chance in the backfield there. Thought it was going to be a no gain, maybe a 1, but turns out, and it looks like they got him out of bounds short of the line to gain.
Yeah, the Red Raider fans were on their feet clapping, thinking it was a first down. I thought it was a first down, but, nobody on this side of the field can even see, so it's tough to say.
We're all walking into the light.
It's 2nd and 7. That was really wrong. 3rd and 2, for Sidney with the ball on their own 25-yard line. Clock is stopped at 11:12 to go here in the third quarter. Doty in the backfield. Waits on the snap. Keeps it himself. Big hole off to the right side. Tries to bounce it to the outside and does. Has a lane and then steps out of bounds, which should be good enough for a first down as he takes it to about the Sidney, near the 30. They spot it right at the 29, and that's just good enough for a first down.
And those are the kind of plays that kid can make. If you don't get that sure tackle right away, by the time you get to the second guy coming in, he's downfield a little bit, and that was a nice gain for him.
I'm sorry, folks. The sun is in the worst spot here for me. I can't find a good spot. 11:05 to go here, third quarter. 1st and 10, Sidney with the ball on their own 29-yard line. A wide receiver to either side. Hawley gets the handoff up the middle and breaks free. 1, 2, 3. Warriors miss the tackle as he takes it up to his own 36-yard line. And a gain of 6 on first down as the run game for Sidney starting to get going here in the second half.
Yeah, he kind of slipped through the pile. It's almost as if they didn't know he had the ball, and there was a big pile right there. He just came shooting out, and it's time to start buckling down up front now.
A gain of 7 on first down for the Red Raiders. It's 2nd and 3 for Sidney with the ball on their own 36-yard line left hash. Hawley gets the handoff again up the middle and again breaks free. There he goes down the far sideline, 45-40. 35 and is pushed out of bounds. The biggest play of the day for the Sidney Red Raiders as Wahoo is missing tackles right at the line of scrimmage.
Yeah, we're not taking good angles at that kid. I mean, he's not super fast until he gets ahead of steam up, and then he can move a little bit, but he's a big kid. He should be an easy target to see coming through the line.
Takes it all the way up to the Warrior 35-yard line. Sidney 1st and 10. This is the best field position they've had all afternoon with 10:05 to go here in the third quarter and Wahoo leading 7-0. First drive of the second half. Doty in the backfield. Hawley stands to his left. Hawley gets the handoff again up the middle, and this time the Warriors are finally there. As making the tackle in the backfield is number 58, Luke Specht.
Yeah, Luke coming in fresh. He's an upfield guy. He's got a big motor, and he just beat his block and got in there.
He makes his 40th tackle of the season right at the line of scrimmage for no gain. 9:36 to go here in the third quarter. Wahoo 7, Sidney 0. It's 2nd and 10 Red Raiders with the ball on the Wahoo 35-yard line right hash. Doty in the backfield. Hawley stands to his right. Hawley will get the handoff here to the near side and has a lane. Breaks out of one tackle as Josh Edmonds couldn't bring him down before Braylon Iverson makes the hit at the 30, but another gain of 5 yards that time for Luke Hawley, who's just dragging Warriors with him.
Yeah, they got that edge right there. I mean, once you break that edge, you're going to get down the sideline because they got the speed to run and get those yards.
It's a big third down here for both teams. 3rd and 4, as they said he got to the 29-yard line. I don't know how, but he did. Got to the 29-yard line, 3rd and 4. 4-down territory here for Sidney, though. Doty in the backfield, Holly to his left, who's been the beast on this drive. As Doty will fake the run and throw it across the middle, and it's dropped right through the hands of Kean Kaiser. The tight end across the middle had a first down and maybe more, but it goes in and out of his hands. A missed opportunity there for the Red Raiders, making it a massive 4th down.
Yeah, and they're not punting. This is just like last week.
Yeah.
It's 4th and 4, and they're going for it. And they're on the plus side of the field. I would too. But we got to buckle down right here and get this stop.
Sidney had the first down there, but now it's 4th and 4, and the Warriors fans making a lot of noise with 8:39 to go here in the 3rd quarter. Doty in the backfield. Holly stands to his right. Isaac takes the snap, looking to throw. Rolling to his right. Now under pressure towards the sideline. Still looking. Now will throw deep downfield, and it's incomplete. He had to throw it away. Tremendous coverage downfield, and the Red Raiders go all the way down the field and turn it over on downs.
Yeah, they were trying to lull us to sleep there. That number 3, their stud receiver, ran an arrow route to the sideline and then turned up and basically ran kind of an out and up almost, and our corner just stayed right with him, and the quarterback had time, but once he was under pressure, he had to just throw it out of bounds.
So back comes out the Wahoo Warrior offense after their defense stands. 1st and 10 Wahoo with the ball on their own 29-yard line right hash. Jace Kaminsky in the backfield. Noah Bordowski stands to his right. Jace takes the snap. Noah gets the handoff up the middle. He breaks out of a tackle and falls forward up to his own 35-yard line. A gain of 6 on first down for Noah Bordowski. And, John, that's what worked for Wahoo on the first drive of the game.
That's good stuff right there. Just get low. Take a page out of last week's book. Let's just get low, get dirty. Let's move the sticks a couple times and kind of wear on this defense, and then you never know what Jace will come out with from the passing game. 8
minutes to go here in the 3rd quarter. 2nd and 5 for Wahoo with the ball on their own 34-yard line. Right in between the hashes. Jace will throw it out to the flat, and it's caught but blown up immediately. In the backfield on that far side was Josh Edmonds, a loss of 2. And Sidney, just like Broken Bow did last week, they're reading that play.
Yeah, they know we're going to that well out there, that quick pass out to the receivers. And if we miss a block out there, somebody's going to come in and penetrate. Now there is a counter off that play, and I know Coach Fox is thinking about it. If you come running up too quick, there's going to be another guy that's wide open.
3rd and 6 for Wahoo with the ball on their own 33-yard line left hash. Now it's Sam Edmonds in the backfield. Sam takes the direct snap off to the far side, falling forward. He got the first down. Nice. First time all year that Sam Edmonds has gotten the snap, and it's a Warrior first down on 3rd and 7 up to the Warrior 40-yard line.
And that's a nice option because Noah's a great runner, but Sam has a little bit more speed, and he's a little bit more explosive in a phone booth, and Sam's a tough runner. You get him in space, and he'll go.
How about that story? That was supposed to be the quarterback to start the season. That's his first snap behind center all year. 1st and 10 Wahoo with the ball on their own 40-yard line left hash. Noah gets the handoff up the middle, following blockers and falling forward. Now he gets pushed backwards, but a gain of about 3 up to the Warrior 42.5-yard line for Brodowski up the middle. So Wahoo keeps the clock churning. We're at 6.5 minutes to go here in this fast-paced 3rd quarter. Wahoo's fine with that, John.
Yeah, that's okay. Keep moving. As long as you keep moving those sticks, that's what we need to do. Just stay on schedule. You got 3 or 4 on the first play. Let's get a nice gain here on 2nd down.
6:13 to go here. It's 2nd and 7 for Wahoo with the ball on their own 43-yard line left hash. Kaminsky in the backfield. Bordowski stands to his left. A wide receiver here to the near side. Kaminsky takes the snap on the option. He'll keep it himself up the middle. Good run for Kaminsky. He fights forward near midfield. It should be good enough for a first down. They spot it right at the 50, which was the first down marker.
And they're moving.
That is first down Wahoo as Kaminsky takes it up to the 50-yard line, a gain of 7 yards exactly.
That's a good run by Jason. The way they formation that, if you're the defense, you're thinking, well, here comes the Noah across the formation running the sweep, but he can actually kick it out the backside running speed option, and Jace is a pretty shifty runner, so you got to stay honest if you're that defense.
5:32 to go here in the third quarter. It's 1st and 10 Wahoo with the ball on the 50. Now, this is where I'm going to lose it a little bit. Kaminsky keeps it again up the middle, and Jace fights forward for another gain of about 5.5 yards into Red Raider territory to the 45-yard line. Gain of 5 again.
Those direct snap plays are tough because you got that extra blocker in there that normally would be your running back. So you snap it to the guy that's going to run it anyway. It's an advantage, you know. We've seen that before, and we've taken advantage of it with our heavy set. And, right now, so far so good.
2nd and 4 Wahoo with the ball on the Sidney 44-yard line. Kaminsky in the backfield. Bordowski stands to his right with Caden Smart to the left and a wide receiver here to the near side. Kaminsky takes the snap. Noah gets the handoff off to the left side. It's thrown down in the backfield. A great tackle made behind the line of scrimmage by McGuire Rolls. His 53rd tackle this season, making it 3rd and long again for Wahoo. 3rd and 5, about 5.5, maybe 6, back to the Sidney 46-yard line.
Yeah, that's a missed block right there at the point of attack. That's their defensive end over there. That's somebody we gotta man up and get that guy. Get him out of the way.
The Sidney fans making a lot of noise here on the south side of the field. 4:12 to go.
Double.
Handoff goes up the middle. Caden Smart breaks out of one tackle and is brought down from behind at about the Sidney 42. 2 yards shy of a first down. It's 4th and 2. Boy, an interesting decision here for Chad Fox.
Yeah, do you pin him or do you stay with this momentum? You go for it and try to put your foot on that gas pedal and see if you can get a drive right here. This is kind of a long 3, basically. It's a tough call, but at least we're on the plus side of the field.
The way Wahoo's defense has been playing, I think you're okay with trying to pin Sidney back inside of their own 10.
Caden's out there to punt it away.
3:35 to go here in the third quarter. Wahoo will have to hurry to snap it. 3:30 to go. It's 4th and 2 for Wahoo on the Sidney 42. And yes, it is Caden Christen back to snap. Good snap. Punt left to right. Will go and bounce and saved. And nope, it goes into the end zone again. So Wahoo has not been able to be successful on those punts. And so Sidney avoids disaster and will get the football on their own 20-yard line with 3:12 to go here in the third quarter.
Very nearly a huge play there by Gabe. Dove into the end zone, tried to spill that ball back out, but just a little bit long.
So back comes out this Sidney Red Raider offense, who, John, it felt like kind of found their groove a little bit with some big run plays.
Yeah, they did. Their running game got going a little bit, which was a little unexpected because our defense has been pretty stout so far tonight. Now let's make sure we don't get caught by one of these receivers streaking down the field.
3:12 to go here in the third quarter. It's 1st and 10 Sidney with the ball on their own 20. Hawley gets the handoff up the middle, and Braylon Iverson says, "You're not getting any more than one this time."
Yep.
As he takes it up to about the 20.5-yard line, a gain of half a yard, 2nd and 9 coming up, as Braylon Iverson read that one perfectly that time, John.
And just like last week, those first down and second down defensive plays are so key to forcing that pressure on third.
You want to make it 3rd and long for these type of teams. Although Sidney, you talked about it, John, they can score basically from anywhere on the field at any point. We saw that last week against Pierce. 2:37 to go third quarter. 2nd and 9 Sidney, ball on their own 21-yard line. This time Doty keeps it himself, and he kept it at the absolute last second. It looks like he maybe took too long to decide whether he wanted to hand it off or not that time.
Kind of like a couple times last week. They couldn't tell who was supposed to get the ball right there, and if we get to that mesh point quick, it's hard for that quarterback to want to give the ball up because there could be a turnover right there.
No gain that time on 2nd down makes it 3rd and 9 for Sidney. Ball on their own 21-yard line right hash. 2:06 to go here in the third quarter. Wahoo leads 7-0. A chance to the state title game. On the line, Doty in the backfield. Hawley stands to his left. Isaac takes the snap, rolling to his left, looking to throw. Has a lot of time. Now time expires as he throws it downfield. Battled for and broken up. Good defense again from the safety spot by Sam Markson to break the play up late. And a Warrior is down here on the near sideline. It looks like Josh Edmonds got landed on and is now cramping.
He's cramping a little bit. And for the first time tonight, that quarterback set up, and he got a lick from he got a little visit from Jake Scanlon coming from the backside.
Yeah, it was right there.
So now he's got to think about, okay,
it's
I
the
don't
first
have
time
a
he's been
lot
hit
of time,
tonight. Yeah,
and this kid's really big, and I need to get rid of the ball before I receive one of those again.
It's really the first time he's been hit tonight, and looks like the Warriors still down here on the near sideline, kind of cramping.
Yeah, I bet
think
his
it's
calf's a little
Josh.
tight. Yeah.
So the clock stops with 1:48 to go here in the third quarter. It's Wahoo 7, Sidney 0, as the Red Raiders will have to punt it away from inside of their own 10-yard line. But I'll tell you right now, John, this Warrior defense has been special this afternoon.
They really have. And, they're really good up front, and they're really good on the back half, which makes it tough for teams because sometimes you pick your poison. Last week, it felt like we got a couple shots on the Broken Bow secondary, and their front was really stout. This week, those guys are trying to feel us out, and although they've had a couple receivers wide open, we've really had guys underneath, and nobody has gotten over the top of our dudes today, that's the killer. If all of a sudden someone's behind you, that's a problem. So far, not tonight.
So Doty will be back to punt it away for Sidney as he stands at his own 9-yard line. Back to receive for Wahoo is Caden Smart and Kip Brigham standing at their own 45-yard line. Good snap.
Okay.
Punt nearly blocked. It's a good punt, though, and caught by Kip down the far sideline. Brigham 40,
Nice.
35, 30, and brought down out of bounds. He got wrecked on that far sideline, but a great return by Kip Brigham as he takes it all the way to the Sidney 26-yard line.
He got smoked. He got a 240-pound taste of the sideline over there, but what a great return. He
What a
picked
great
that ball
return.
up in traffic and just got us about 25 extra yards. Another key play. Kip's really kind of a secret weapon tonight so far.
Jace Kaminsky empty in the backfield. 1st and 10 Wahoo on the Sidney 25-yard line. This time it goes to the man in motion. That's Avery Weeding, and he takes the ball for it, and then it gets bent backwards as he takes it up to the 20-yard line. Is there a flag
Another
thrown?
flag right there.
Flag thrown right at the tackle. It's a hold against Wahoo. Boy, these penalties have been pretty interesting today.
Someone's going to hurt their elbow or something throwing all these flags. They're working on their curveball or something.
A minute 29 to go here in the third. Wahoo, now who had the ball on the Sidney 25-yard line, will now have to move back to the 35-yard line. Boy, that hurts big time.
And
for
chaos
Wahoo.
ensues. We gotta condense the nonsense here and just get some good drives, clean. And that wasn't too bad of a gain there. We got a few yards on the end around from Avery, but now we're a little bit in the hole behind the sticks.
1st and 15, so the hold happened 5 yards. So the hold must have happened literally right at the tackle, which that's pretty odd. And then everybody moves too early that time, so Wahoo now will have 1st and 20 as they move back to the 40.
And this year has not been a big
Or the
penalty
35, sorry.
season. So tonight's a little bit of an outlier as far as penalties go. We got to clean this play up a little bit, and just settle down and just play some football.
Clock
Maybe the flags are just helping us spread out the field a little bit more so it's not so compact.
Yeah, more chance for offense, I guess.
57 seconds to go here in the third quarter. It's Wahoo 7, Sidney 0, and now 1st and 20 for the Warriors on the Sidney 35-yard line right hash. Back-to-back penalties. Kaminsky in the backfield. Noah stands to his left. Now Sam Markson comes in formation. Noah gets the handoff. He cuts it up the middle and runs over one Red Raider for a gain of 2. Boy, those are big penalties for Wahoo, as the line of scrimmage is at the 25-yard line. The first down is at the 15. They have 2nd and 18 now, and that's probably the final play of the third quarter, would be my guess, as we're at 17 seconds to go in the third quarter. That was a fast third quarter, Joe.
It really was. It was a fast third quarter. Really a lot of running the ball because they really got their running game going. We got our running game going a little bit.
5 seconds to go, and the Warriors actually do snap it, and Kaminsky will throw it across the middle, and it's dropped. Boy, that's a really interesting decision for Wahoo to snap the football with 7 seconds left, throw a pass, and they stop the clock with 1 second. So now they have to run one more play here in the third quarter on 3rd and 18.
Yeah, one thing they have is that we're going the other way, so looking into the sun as far as catching the ball isn't really an issue. for that, running that slant right there, Josh is looking right back at the quarterback. Now, Jace is throwing towards the sun, but the sun's pretty low, and there's a couple of evergreens there that are kind of shading the field.
Yeah, at the field level,
The
it's
field's
not,
okay.
Yes.
We're in the sun because we're above the trees.
3rd and 18 for Wahoo. Kaminsky in the backfield, rolling to his left, looking to throw. Has time, throwing it down the far sideline. Sam Edmonds is there.
Did they count him in?
It's caught!
Beautiful. That was a toe tap, toe drag
Wow.
swag right there.
What a catch by Sam Edmonds, as it is really close to the first down marker. I think they spotted it at the 16. It'll be 4th and 1 when we come back. You're tuned into Warrior Football on Saunders County Online. 12 minutes of football remain. Don't go anywhere.
Fall Blizzard menu at the Wahoo Dairy Queen, featuring flavors like caramel fudge cheesecake and chocolate dip strawberry. This year also has the return of some of your favorite blizzards like Hot Cocoa Oreo, Snickerdoodle, Cookie Dough, and Reese's Peanut Butter Cup Pie. Pumpkin Pie is back for a limited time, so hurry down to the Wahoo Dairy Queen and treat yourself to the Fall Blizzard menu. Have your order ready when you get there by ordering ahead through the DQ mobile app. Download it today. Experience fall with the new
Wahoo is a proud sponsor of this broadcast. Recognized as a great place to work, the folks at South Haven know the importance of teamwork and the reward that comes from serving older adults. If you're looking for senior care or a rewarding career with a Nebraska-based company, give them a call or check them out online, southaven-wahoo.com. South Haven Living Center in Wahoo.
And welcome back to Wahoo, Nebraska, here on Saunders County Online and this audio stream. Thanks so much to all of our sponsors for making it happen. Austin McNorton and John Herrera sitting alongside Kelly Johnson here in the broadcast booth. 12 minutes of football remain. It's Wahoo 7 and Sidney 0. It's 4th and 1 for Wahoo with the ball on the Sidney 16-yard line. Noah Bordowski in the Wildcat breaks free inside of the 10 and running over a Red Raider to the 6-yard line. First down, Wahoo.
Nice job by Noah. Jace motioned out of the backfield. All of a sudden, who's getting the ball? Noah downhill, runs a linebacker over. All is good.
First and goal, Wahoo on the Sidney 7-yard line. Looks like Wahoo's going to run the exact same play. Bordowski pounds it up the middle, pushing the pile forward, and he's down at around the 5. A gain of 2 that time for Bordowski. With 11:31 to go in the football game, Wahoo knocking on the door of the goal line for the first time since the first drive of the game.
Yeah. And I've always been a big proponent of, if you can't stop ISO, we're going to run ISO. So if I see they put their big boy back in on the inside. They're trying to shore up their defense. Here comes the fridge. That kid's got to be pushing 300 pounds. He's like 270 pounds. 72.
72.
He's a big boy.
6'3", 200. He looks bigger than 200.
I think they're a number
I think it's
off
76, 325 pounds.
There you go. He's a big fella.
Noah, direct
there
snap
we go.
up the middle. Touchdown, Warriors!
That's good stuff right there.
The exact same play 3 times in a row, and the Warriors score from 16 yards out to lead 13-0 with 10:54 to go.
Love it, Austin. If you can't stop the direct snap to Noah, we're going to run the direct snap to Noah, and he would just went around. They had the big boy on the inside. They blocked down on him. He got that gap, and he gets ahead of steam. He's going to run a dude over, and he just did.
Wahoo runs the same play 3 times in a row and scores from 16 yards out. Point after attempt is up, and it is good. 10:54 to go here in the football game, and Wahoo leads 14-0. You're tuned in to Warrior Football on Saunders County Online, and we'll be back in 60 seconds.
At Medicine Man Pharmacy, we aspire to be the pharmacy provider confidently chosen by our clients for their family's everyday health needs because of our expertise, integrity, and honestly, consistently exceeding their expectations. Reliability, bright spot, value, integrity, community building, and so much more can be found at Medicine Man Pharmacy of Wahoo.
Stop at First Bank of Nebraska to get our new Wahoo Warrior branded debit card. Every transaction gives back to Wahoo Public Schools. All you need is a First Bank of Nebraska checking account and ask for the Warrior card. For more information, go to firstbankne.com. First Bank of Nebraska, serving our communities, investing in you. Member FDIC and equal housing lender.
Thanks so much to Kelly Johnson running the show. Austin McNorton and John Herrera here with you from Wahoo High School on this Friday evening. 10:54 to go here in the football game. It's Wahoo 14, Sidney 0 here in this Class C1 semifinal. As the Warriors started out the fourth quarter facing a 4th and 1 from the 16-yard line, they ran the Wildcat formation 3 times in a row and get into the end zone from 5 yards out. Here's a short kickoff caught at the 25-yard line and falls on the ground, picked up by Sidney and taken down at the 30. Wow, what a lucky play there for the Red Raiders. It was picked up by Landon Riddle, who took it to the 30-yard line where the Red Raiders will have it 1st and 10.
And that last drive, you talked about we came out of fourth quarter, 4th and 1. It was 3rd and 17, and Chase rolls out to his left, throws the ball across his body on an out route. Sam toe touches on the sideline. 4th and 1. We get it 3 times, pound it, score. It changed the game, changed the season really on that play right there. It's a huge play.
Sidney now with their backs against the wall. Have it 1st and 10 on the right hash on their own 40. Handed off to Holly off to the outside. He's trying to bounce it and has nowhere to go. The Warriors bring him down in the backfield as over there is Avery Weeding on the far side along with Eli Shada.
Great job stringing the play out. He had nowhere to go. He didn't break our edge, but at the same time, our D-line was pursuing down the line instead of upfield, and so he really had nowhere to go, and he tried to plant, and he had three blue jerseys right on top of him.
Avery Weeding did a great job of sealing the edge on that far sideline, not allowing Luke to get there. A loss of 1 with 10:10 to go in the football game. Wahoo leads 14-0. It's 2nd and 11 Sidney with the ball on their own 30 or 29-yard line, going left to right. Handoff kept by Doty up the middle, right into the arms of Braylon Iverson for a gain of 1 back to the original line of scrimmage. It's 3rd and 9 with 9:50 to go.
That was good discipline there by Braylon.
I was just going to say that.
Make sure that we're on that quarterback. We had a guy on the tailback going wide. When he pulls it, let's make sure he gets somebody right away.
The sun has officially set so the fans can stop having their hands up above their heads. Blocking the sun. 3rd and 9 for Sidney with the ball on their own 36-yard line left hash. Doty in the backfield. Holly stands to his right. Doty keeps it, rolling out to his right. Slips!
Nice!
He's brought down! He slipped in the backfield, back at his own 19-yard line to end the drive. And this kid is a pure athlete, Isaac Doty, and you'd hate for that play to happen now.
Oh, I mean, we had both our edge guys coming in, so if he wouldn't have slipped, he would have had Caden and Harry making a sandwich back there with his body as the Oreo part because we were coming in hot.
And so now Doty will have to punt it away from his own 6-yard line, which should set up Wahoo in great field position. Wow, a good punt, though. Will take a Red Raider bounce. Wow, what a great punt. It bounces all the way to the Wahoo 35-yard line. Wow. 8:41 to go here in the ball game. It's Wahoo 14, Sidney 0. 1st and 10 Warriors with the ball on their own 34-yard line. Right hash going right to left. And John, an opportunity now, as you say, to pound the football.
Let's pound the rock, and let's see if we can start putting some nails in this coffin here. If we can get a score right here of any kind, that puts a lot of pressure on the Red Raider offense. Now, it's not saying they can't score in 2 snaps because they can. We could kick the ball off and they could score. But we need to make sure we're eating clock and being efficient on offense.
Here's Kaminsky in the backfield, a wide receiver here to the near side. Jason, the option play, keeps it himself, kind of juking and jiving through the defense.
Slippery.
A gain of 8 yards. I mean, he really didn't even get up to a jog, as we normally say he does. He just kind of stayed behind blockers and kind of a jab to the left, a jab to the right, another jab to the left, and he gains 8 yards all of a sudden.
He disappears in there. You look in there and you see all those linemen and you see all those bodies, and all of a sudden out squirts number 4, and he's not even being touched.
Gain of 8 yards for Kaminsky. It's 2nd and 2 for Wahoo on their own 42-yard line with 8:08 to go in the football game, leading 14-0. Kaminsky in the backfield. Noah gets the handoff, and it's a double handoff to Caden Smart, who bounces it to the outside using a stiff arm 50 and steps out of bounds. He outran quarterback Isaac Doty into Red Raider territory for a Wahoo first down.
That was a beautiful stiff arm. He could have been tackled for a few-yard gain, but he got the separation with the stiff arm, and he was just able to run to the run to the sideline and Yeah, we're on the plus side now, so let's get to work.
1st and 10 Wahoo on the Sidney 47-yard line. Clock stops at 7:57 to go in the football game. Wahoo leading 14-0. Kaminsky in the backfield. Noah stands to his left. Eli Shada and Braylon Iverson go to the right side of the formation with a wide receiver to either side. Noah gets the handoff up the middle. Following blockers, a gain of 10 yards.
Delicious.
8 yards, I should say, up to the Sidney 39-yard line. And Noah Bordowski having himself a fourth quarter.
It's not 3 yards in the cloud of dust. Right now it's like 6 or 7 and a Red Raider on their back getting run over.
Yeah.
So
that's what Kelly saw too.
It's a beautiful painting of power football right now.
Which is how Sidney lost their only game of the year. They lost to a power football team who ran the ball 67 times for 334 yards. That was Ogallala back on October 13th. 7:20 to go in the football game. 2nd and 2 for Wahoo on the Sidney 39-yard line left hash. Kaminsky in the backfield. Noah gets the handoff off to the right, tries to bounce it to the outside, and he can't. Thrown down at the line of scrimmage. Nice tackle made out there by Landon Riddle. It's a big 3rd down here for the Warriors. A loss of 1 makes it 3rd and 3 on the on the Sidney 40-yard line.
Yeah, good job at the point of attack, and then when Noah bounced, they'd have the speed to run things down to the outside. So, yeah, it was a good play on their part.
He was trying to wait for Eli Emerson to establish that block on the right side of the offensive line. Eli got pushed backwards right into Noah, who then said, I got to bounce it outside. He could not, and with 6:40 to go in the football game, it's 3rd and 3 for Wahoo on the Sidney 40-yard line, leading 14-0. Kaminsky in the backfield, option play. Jace keeps it, falls forward, trying to stretch the football. He gains 1 yard, making it 4th and 2 on the Sidney 39, and another interesting decision here for head coach Chad Fox with 6:20 to go.
I'm guessing that this might be an offensive play right here. Last time we did punt it and we did pin him deep to kind of play the field position game, but I wouldn't be surprised if we run some heavy action right here and just try to get the push.
The Sidney fans stomping their feet, making some noise as the clock hits 6 minutes exactly to go in the football game. Wahoo leads 14-0. It'll be 4th and 2 on the Sidney 39-yard line right hash. And Wahoo, I think, is going to run this play clock down all the way and then take one of their final 3 timeouts of the game.
And that's what they do.
Yep. So 5:44 to go here in the football game. It's Wahoo 14, Sidney 0. You're tuned into Warrior Football on Saunders County Online, and we'll be back for this 4th down play in 30 seconds.
Hot Oil and Propane is continuing to be family run and owned for 60 years. OOP Inc. is your Wahoo supplier for gas, diesel, propane, oil, grease, and products for your yard and acreage, including seed, fertilizer, and sprays to help keep your lawn and pastures beautiful. Find them online at oopinkwahoo.com. Call 402-443-3563 or stop by 3288 Ponderosa Drive. OOP Inc. serving for 60 years thanks to you.
I don't think
And welcome back to Wahoo, Nebraska here on Saunders County Online. Austin McNorton, John Herrera, and Kelly Johnson here with you on now a Friday night in Wahoo, Nebraska. This game started at 3:30 this afternoon. 5:44 to go in the football game. It's Wahoo 14, Sidney 0. 4th and 2 for Wahoo on the Sidney 39-yard line, and the Warrior punt unit will come out to try and pin the Red Raiders back deep in their own territory. Caden Christen, unfortunately, has punted the ball into the end zone twice, so trying to avoid doing that here. Good snap. Punt is a line drive, and this one should be good enough to at least roll.
Oh, yeah.
Perfect punt by Caden Christen.
Beautiful.
It'll roll all the way
That's
to the
beautiful.
Sidney's, about the 16-yard line, I believe is where it got spotted at. They spotted right at the 5.
I think Sidney was doubting whether we were really going to punt because Doty was up playing safety, and when Caden dropped back, he kind of looked at him, and then he went running back as if, okay, I guess I'm going to go catch a punt. Wasn't in time, and we got a great bounce.
Kelly said it in the pregame. It's some of those special teams plays that make a difference. And
It's
a
huge
punt
tonight.
like that
It
is
really
massive as it pins Sidney back to their own 5-yard line.
And it comes when it's really needed.
Exactly.
To be able to just, you talk about the punts that have gone into the end zone. Well, this one, perfect.
Here comes the
Sidney
passing game
keeps
right
it.
here.
Doty keeps it himself on the outside, finds a couple of blockers,
There we
and good pursuit by the Warrior defensive line. Avery Weeding doing a good job once again of sealing the edge before Braylon Iverson and Barrett LaValle could get there to finish the job. A gain of 2 yards for Isaac Doty as he takes it up to his own 7-yard line. 5:14 to go in the football game. Wahoo 14, Sidney 0. It's 2nd and 7 Red Raiders from their own 8-yard line. Right hash going left to right on your radio dial. I guess I can say radio dial today, right,
Yeah,
Kelly?
Yeah, that's right.
Doty fakes the handoff, slips again in the backfield, keeps his
There we
footing,
go.
but he couldn't
Caden
gain
Smart.
full speed as Caden Smart was there. Kind of another unfortunate play for Isaac Doty as he lost his footing in the backfield, trying to regain it. Caden Smart is there to finish the job. A gain of 3 up to the 11-yard line. It's 3rd and 5 for Sidney on their own 10 with 4:38 to go.
So they go sprint out to the right on the first play, quarterback keeper all the way. Then they run to the left. Now they got their big boy over here on the right. Are they going to try to catch us on a play action and go deep right here?
Doty in the backfield. Holly stands to his right. 3rd and 5, Sidney from their own 10.
Yes.
Doty on the play action, keeps it. He's under pressure.
Eli. Get him,
in the
Eli.
end zone. He throws it to the far sideline, and it is incomplete.
Oh, that's
Well,
so
the Warriors
close.
nearly picked it, honestly. They nearly had a safety and then nearly had an interception. But most importantly, John, they force a punt.
They do. They force a punt. There's no question here. And that was a huge play. We darn near picked that ball off.
Yeah,
It looked
it
like a
did.
screen
Boy,
pass.
it was close.
And Eli Shada he had his hand on that kid's jersey as he was throwing it.
4:14 to go in the football game. It's Wahoo 14, Sidney 0. 4th
They're
and
not
5
punting.
Red Raiders
They're
from
not
their own
punting.
10-yard line. They can't punt at this point,
All
I
right.
guess.
Here
So
we
this
go.
is probably the play of the game here. Doty has it.
Deep.
Play action. He'll throw it across the middle.
Oh, yeah!
LaValle!
Yeah!
Touchdown, Warriors! Barrett LaValle with
Nice.
a pick 6 to potentially send Wahoo to Lincoln, Nebraska.
Shades of Auburn, where Barrett had 2 interceptions. He beat that ball to the receiver, and he was right there. Great coaching, great scouting, great film work by Barrett to know that he should get to that hook curl, and he might have just took us down the road to Lincoln with that play.
Barrett LaValle with his 4th interception of the season returns it 10 yards into the end zone, and a point after attempt coming from the freshman. Kane Haar is up, and it's perfect again.
3 out of 3, baby.
4:07 to go in the game. It's Wahoo 21, Sidney 0. The Warriors on the cusp of a state championship game. We'll be back in 60 seconds.
Wahoo State Bank gives you the home team advantage. From the beginning of your financial experience with Penny Partners, Kids Club with Richie Rover, to student checking for those age 15 through 25, offering a variety of benefits that make banking easy when you're home or away, or if you're looking to finance the future home. Wahoo State Bank has the home team to work with you through life. Member FDIC. Wahoo is a proud sponsor of this broadcast. Recognized as a great place to work, the folks at South Haven know the importance of teamwork and the reward that comes from serving older adults. If you're looking for senior care or a rewarding career with a Nebraska-based company, give them a call or check them out online, southhaven-wahoo.com. South Haven Living Center in Wahoo is a proud sponsor of this
We got some
broadcast.
dudes out on the
And
field
welcome
right now.
back to
Kickoff. Here
Wahoo,
we go.
Nebraska on Saunders County Online. Austin McNorton and John Herrera. Thanks to Kelly Johnson and all of our sponsors for making this happen. 4:07 to go in the game. It's Wahoo 21, Sidney 0. After Barrett LaValle has his 4th interception of the year, his 2nd pick 6 of the season, and that one maybe the biggest play of the year for this Warrior football team up to this point. The Warriors will kick it off right to left. It's a short kick. Wahoo
get it?
might have gotten on top of it.
They were purposely trying to squib it.
It
to
was
keep
really
keep
close.
their return game out of the deal, and it may have hit a Red Raider player. Oh, they recovered
Sidney
it.
got it. Wow. What an interesting kickoff. It was recovered by Sidney's number 55, Zach Rogish.
It's one of those let's go ahead and rub salt in the wound situations if we can possibly do so.
I could see what happened. They've got a young kid kicking. They told him kick it hard on the ground. Kick it, a squib kick, and he may not have understood. Kick it like 20 yards, but, kick it through the front line, but maybe
Right.
it hit a player up front, and they just had to scramble for it.
Wahoo 21, Sidney 0. 4:04 to go here in the football game. It's 1st and 10 Sidney with the ball on their own 43-yard line left hash. Doty in the backfield looking to throw. Has time. Throwing it here to the near sideline deep. Up for grabs.
Picked.
Wahoo got it!
Noah.
It's intercepted by the running back, Noah Bordowski. His first interception of the year is a big one for Wahoo.
That was huge. Once again, we had a linebacker underneath. We had a safety over the top, and I thought Sam got it, but Noah jumped up there and pulled it.
Interceptions number 6 and 7 for Isaac Doty come on back-to-back plays. And how about these Wahoo Warriors? They have it now, 1st and 10 on their own 34-yard line with 3:57 to go in the football game, leading 21-0, and a chance to run this game out to Lincoln, Nebraska.
4-minute offense. Let's put the nails in the box right here.
Kaminsky in the backfield. Bordowski stands to his left. Noah will get that handoff running right. Following Jake Scanlon, pushing Jake forward and diving forward to the Warrior 42-yard line after a gain of 7 on first down. How about an incredible blocking over there by the left guard, Jake Scanlon, being pulled. Noah just grabbed onto his shirt and said, "Go, big boy," and he got 8 yards.
You've got an all-state caliber lineman pulling right there. You've got Noah, who is by all rights should be an all-state caliber guy. Then you've got the guy handing it to him, Jace Kaminsky, who's probably going to be in some consideration as well. I mean, we've got some weapons over there on that side.
Kaminsky in the backfield, 2nd and 2 for Wahoo on their own 42. Noah gets the handoff again following Jake off the left side, cuts it up the middle for a Warrior first down up to the Wahoo 47-yard line, a Warrior first down. And you said it, John, the clock continues to move. We're at 3:10 to go here in the football game, and the Warriors leading 21-0.
And the Red Raiders are really in a tough spot. I mean, you can't take a timeout right now. There's no point. You got to get a stop, and you got to get a score. But if you burn up your timeouts at 3 minutes, what are you going to do the next time we get the ball? 3 scores is pretty tough.
1st and 10 Wahoo, ball on their own 48-yard line left hash. 2:53 to go in the football game, leading 21-0 as the sun has now officially set here in Wahoo, Nebraska on a Friday night, with this game starting at 3:30.
There we go.
Kaminsky in the backfield. Bordowski standing to his left, keeping that clock going. Noah gets the handoff up the middle for a short gain this time, up to the 50. Just a gain of 2 that time, but good blocking again as the Warriors were actually pushing each other. That was such a physical pile.
Getting fired up in there. Yeah, and now you can see.
Oh, my gosh.
It's starting to take a little longer to run plays because Jace is watching that back judge. When the hand goes in the air, we're in slow mode, so we're in slow it down, wait for that official to start waving to you, snap the ball. And that way you maximize your play clock, you minimize the chance of anything else happening.
2nd and 8 for Wahoo, now at the 50-yard line with 2 minutes of football remaining in this Class C1 semifinal. Kaminsky in the backfield. Noah gets the handoff off to the right side, avoiding a tackle in the backfield, now trying to cut it forward. He lost his footing and slides to the Sidney 49-yard line for a gain of 1, making it 3rd and 7 with 1:44 to go. Wahoo going to continue to try and milk that clock. You might have to get one more first down, or it'll be.
We get a first down, we'll get into the most glorious football formation there is. But we have to get 7 yards right here. Otherwise, I think Coach Fox will punt it away. Unless it's 4th and 1, then he might.
Before we get
over.
too far away, you got to give credit to these Red Raiders. This is the most successful team that Sidney has had in 30 years, and they fall just 1 game shy of a state championship appearance once again, just like in 1993. Almost by the exact same score as well. 3rd and 7 here first, though, as it's a double handoff up the middle to Caden Smart, and he got brought down right at the line of scrimmage for no gain. 60 seconds to go.
I can see a Coach Fox waiting for the time here and maybe calling a timeout when it gets down to about 2 seconds.
But these Sidney Red Raiders, this was a special team, and honestly, there's a lot of these guys coming back. Only a couple of seniors. This team was largely led by some big juniors, but they will obviously lose quarterback Isaac Doty for sure. That will be a big loss. They also lose their running back Luke Hawley, who had a good second half. But what a special year for these Red Raiders, John.
Oh, it's been a great, and they're a fantastic team to watch. They are an exciting
and a fun
team
crowd
to watch
today as well.
And
boy,
their fans are terrific. They brought a ton of people here.
Yeah, it's a great traveling team. You just have to.
And their band was fantastic at halftime. Their dance team, all of the above. It's been fun.
And they will be back. I can see them being back in the postseason next year. They've got athletes everywhere, and And it just wasn't there for them tonight. But they ran into a team that had just a few more plays, more players. And really, I mean, how close was this game, really? I mean, they had a pick six, which is, a mistake or whatever on their part, even though they were pinned deep. And then you take that 3rd and 17, you take that off the board, and we're playing 7-0 football right now.
Yeah.
So really, this game doesn't indicate how competitive and how close. At any moment, it could have changed one way or another. The flags, the chaos, really turnovers other than that pick.
Yeah, those two. Yeah,
that was
two
it.
picks.
I mean,
that was just desperation
fumble,
from Sidney.
but it wasn't. It was recovered.
Yep.
So,
and those picks were basically just desperation.
Yeah, they were just
Sidney.
chucked up there. Yeah. So overall, a pretty tight game.
Wahoo has to punt 4th and 7 from the Sidney 49-yard line with 16 seconds to go. You're good. 16 seconds to go. Kristen will punt it high into the Friday night sky. It's caught on the far sideline by Riddle, and he takes it out of bounds just past the 20. 7 seconds of football remain. John, how about this Warrior defense, my friend? After giving up 6 points last week, a shutout against SCOTUS, a shutout against Schuyler,
Scoring
and then
tonight.
a shutout tonight.
Yeah, not only are they shutting people out, they're adding to the scoreboard, which is that's gravy, man. I mean, when you get points out of special teams and defense and you have an explosive offense with a good running game, it's a pretty good recipe for some good football, and it looks like we'll be playing in Lincoln in a few weeks, and the Thanksgiving break just got a little bigger because it'll be Tuesday at 10 a.m., baby, in Memorial Stadium and the Old Gray Lady, and we'll see Boone or Ashland. Is it going to be a Saunders County championship or not?
Final 7 seconds. Doty in the backfield. He'll keep it himself up the middle for the final play of that senior quarterback's career. Final score in Wahoo. Your Wahoo Warriors are going to the state championship game for the first time since 2019 as the Warriors look to win ring number 2. We'll see who it's against. As Wahoo, final score, defeats the Red Raiders of Sydney 21-0. John,
let's go to Lincoln, Austin.
Let's go to Lincoln,
let's do it, Kelly.
We're on our way.
I'm ready to sit 100 feet up in the air and looking at ants playing below us. That'll be crazy.
So, John,
how much fun will that be?
Your final thoughts on tonight's semifinal game?
A crazy game. I mean,
crazy game.
And it didn't feel really secure to me. There was no security until we made that 3rd and 16 pass play. Once we made that play and it was 4th and 1 deep in their territory, I felt good. I felt more relaxed. Last week, there was things going on through my body that are uncomfortable to talk about because it was bad right up until the very end. This week, we were able to take that control late, put the nail in it, and finally finish a game. We hadn't since SCOTUS really put a team away. And even though we didn't really put them away, 21-0 is pretty tight, we finally closed the door at the end of a game in a key time, and it was glorious.
And Kelly, can you kind of explain how our coverage will go moving forward now for this Warrior football team?
What we experience right now is basically what we will be able to do at Lincoln. So we're going to be able to have the score bug. The clock did something goofy, so I had to do some manual things. But we'll be able to give you the score bug so you can see that. We'll be able to give you commercials and thank all of our sponsors. But, of course, we'll be able to be there and describe from the home perspective of the Wahoo Warriors. And so we're just excited about that. And, again, thank you to everybody who has been a part of this as we just have continued on. Let's see.
So then, Kelly, I have a question for you. So for all the fans at home that love all this witty banter that we have going on up here in the press box, if you want to turn on public TV and watch us play for a state championship and yet listen to the dulcet tones of Austin McNorton, can you do that at the same time? Is there a way to pull that off?
So oftentimes what people have done for other games that we have covered state-wise is that they can go in. Let's say you go to Dish Network and watch it there, pause it, and then let us catch up, or pause us and let them catch up and kind of get us right in the same time.
Yeah.
So,
just let your audio play on the phone, right? Sit next to you on the end table, and then you can mute the You can mute Damon Benning and whoever, those guys, they're great.
Right, yeah.
But if you want to hear the local broadcast, you can have us playing, and then just let it flow, and we'll go through the commercials in the same timing, right?
Exactly. It would be the exact same timing. And, so even on your smart TV, if you have channel picture-in-picture, you can have one, mute them and have us in there. So.
Throw it on an iPad or anything. The computer next to it.
Exactly.
Yeah, that's beautiful. And then you can just get the best of both worlds, man.
So that's how our coverage will go. Again, that is November
22nd or something like that.
Yeah,
I believe a 10-15 game
10-15.
will be the first game of the day of the C1, C2A rotation.
So, November 21st at 10:15 in the morning. So we'll be on the air just a little bit before that, or on the internet, I guess, a little bit before that. But your Wahoo Warriors have sealed that fate by going to Lincoln, Nebraska. Again, November 21st, 10:15. We will be there. So thank you all so much. So many thank yous to give all of our sponsors. Of course, Blake Maxson has been helping us out all year. All of the Wahoo high schoolers who've been working with us on their YouTube channel. They've been special and so much fun to work with all year long. Kelly Johnson, John Herrera, your Wahoo Warriors are going to a state title game in a couple of weeks as they defeat a really good Red Raiders team here at home. Final score 21-0. Thank you, everyone, for tuning in today.
You know what it is, Austin? It's a great day to be a Warrior.
It's a great day to be a Warrior. Final score, it's Wahoo 21, Sidney 0. Thanks, everyone, for tuning in. Thanks to all of our sponsors for making it happen. For Kelly Johnson, John Herrera, I've been Austin McNorton saying so long from Wahoo, Nebraska, and go Warriors.